sitting safe behind our castle walls. Fast forward to the siren in the distance, getting closer by the minute. Will you stand and answer to the call? Burn like a fire, willful and wild. This is the night that you were made for. Don't close your eyes, safer to stare into the sun than to turn away from what you could become. This was once a perfect symphony, soft and steady like a heartbeat. But these notes turn dissonant and sour, getting violently devoured. So will you stand or let the curtain fall? Burn like a fire, willful and wild. This is the night that you were made for. Don't close your eyes, safer to stare into the sun than to turn away from what you could become. The time has come to stand and fight for what you believe, for what you believe. The dark will fall and we will rise. Like a fire, willful and wild. This is the night you were made for. Burn like a fire. This is the night that you were made for. Don't close your eyes, safer to stare into the sun than to turn away from what you could be.
language. That way when
There we
the
go.
stream cuts out.
We're back. All right. Sorry
So,
about that.
I don't know
False alarm.
where the audio cut out.
You know what? Here, hold on. I'm gonna switch back to the intro. Let me bring the music
people
back.
feel
up.
better?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the music back in.
We'll skip all that other stuff.
All right. Hold on. All right. I'm slowly fading the music out, and over to you.
Okay. Hey.
Hi, everybody. We're back.
Round
This
two.
is absolutely the first time we're doing this. We're here today to do a hopefully quick build around a very specific case that we got in. So NZXT is doing the series, I think they're calling it their craft series, I assume that's how it's pronounced, of limited edition basically accessories for your PC. So right now they have 2 limited edition cases, and they had a motherboard cover for one of their motherboards. The one that we got in is Fallout themed, and since Fallout 76 is coming out this week, we thought, let's do a build, let's do some live streaming on Wednesday when the game drops, and then we're gonna give away the case. So Adam and Brad are in the chat. They will have a link to the giveaway. We'll have it open, I believe, for 2 weeks for entries. Limited, unfortunately, to US and Canada because of all the legal stuff involved with that, but go ahead and enter and good luck.
Wait. So you're giving away all the components? A
No.
9900K, a 2080 Ti?
No, just the case.
Just
the case. Only the case, which you can't even see right now because it's off to the side. We're going to get started with the internals first.
Yeah, we'll see it soon. And
soon.
before we start, which one did I put on me? Oh, this one. I'd like to say I am joined by.
Oh,
I'm joined by a special guest here. The PC World's silver play button. It got here. We've yet to do a video on it, but it's going to be joining me in the background. Also, before we start, why don't you tell the fine folks at home, maybe some tools that you might want to use when you're building a PC.
I feel like this is a setup for a joke that I didn't know about.
What
I put on my anti-static.
Yeah, you got to remember the anti-static.
Actually, my daughter made this for me last night. I was watching the
Oh, she
show
used the
Bodyguard
clear
first
one.
season. It's pretty good.
That's cute.
Yeah, she was loaning it out to her cousin, but she made me I said I need an anti-static.
It's rubber, so.
Now, people don't understand when you mean anti-static, this means anti-static like preventing the hate. All the hate on the internet towards you. This is what it does. It doesn't actually discharge any static electricity buildup. It just discharges all of the
Joy
anger.
and moonbeams and unicorns.
Nice. No, I was trying to make a Verge joke there.
Well, that was a virtue.
Yeah, the anti-static one was Thank you for being so quick on it.
What's the joke that I've been seeing all throughout my videos?
Tweezers.
Tweezers. I think I will have a pair of tweezers somewhere.
Yeah,
for
it's
people
going to take a
look at.
while to live down. We are going to try to break that by doing something worse. I think that's what we try to do. If we could become a meme on the internet, the fame of that.
Oh yes, Swiss Army knife. You already said the Swiss Army knife thing.
Worth everything to do that.
Also before we start the real build, I'll also say that we have a new toy. Neither of my video compadres, Dan or Martin, could join us for the camera that usually
yes.
goes around.
Yes.
So I'm going to switch to a new toy I'm
I
playing
wanna
with.
see what it looks like.
There. This is the
Wait,
Mevo. The live stream Mevo camera, which I can, and I'm going to switch back to me
that's
for
nice.
a second.
Is it pretty high res?
Well, it's 4K, and I can switch to it. I can control it with my app.
Right
so
here.
watch this. They can see it in real time.
No.
I'm gonna pinch in. Oh no. I'm gonna focus on the motherboard. You saw me do that there, and now it's there. So watch this.
That's actually awesome.
I'm gonna pinch
cool.
out.
I was kind of,
Look at that.
honestly,
Yeah,
to be honest, I thought this thing is going to be lame when I heard about it, but that works pretty well.
So yeah, I can control a lot of fun
these
stuff
overhead
here.
cameras really are just sort of
I
like.
know. I just think it's funny how you're just like, nah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I am getting a little bit of motion sickness from how quickly it's zooming like in and out.
Well, you can control all that. I'm not going to go too deep into it just because it's kind of a fun little thing. But that's how I'm going to try to get the actual shots inside the case this time.
So
Since
we're gonna try not to stick our head like deep in.
yeah.
Got
I kind of put it further enough up front that hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. So
Sure.
I'll let you know if it
Gigantic
does.
head.
Did you guys already go over and gals already go over the parts list?
Yeah, well, why don't you go over the parts list? Let's do
Oh,
it.
right. Yeah, so this is a really informal build. As you can see, some of our parts have been sourced from other machines. Sorry, RGB build.
Yeah, it's not on right now.
So it should be really quick, but in general, because the case itself runs for $399, I figured that this is kind of a money is no object kind of build. Not necessarily that somebody is looking to maximize performance, they just don't really care about how much money they're throwing down for a particular aesthetic.
Okay.
True.
So with that in mind, where is it? Let's see. I'll start with this instead. So for the heart of the build, we've got a 9900K inside a Asus Maximus, is that 11?
11,
Hero. Yeah.
Excellent. It's going to be like a Super Bowl pretty soon.
I know.
XXXLI. I don't know which Super Bowl that is.
And there you can see it in the motherboard on your
Yeah,
monitor.
so as you can see, this is sourced from an existing build because I didn't bother to take out the CPU. I just took the whole thing out. So.
Here's our engineering sample 9900K. Yeah, so.
Yep.
What are you going to, so you're going to use, all right. So
Yeah, so then I'm going to pair that with an M.2 drive. I
okay.
got a 1 terabyte one because prices are really good right now. That was $135.
Nice.
Let's see. So
Oh,
that's
SATA
storage.
too. Well, not NVMe, but
No,
hey, you know what?
but I mean,
Ooh, excuse me, sorry folks.
that is true because the 970 Evo is on sale right now for $118, but that's only a 500 gigabyte SSD.
It's a
this
trade-off.
one's 1 terabyte, I think. Yeah, I got 1 terabyte.
It's an interesting. I'd like to hear your comments on that. Would you do? Because I think this is one of those things where would I do a terabyte SATA or a 500 gig NVMe high performance drive too? 960 or 970?
970.
Oh dang,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's on Amazon,
Really?
B&H, and Newegg right now.
Let me go there right now. No, I can't
It was
afford
live last night at least. I haven't been able to check this morning on the prices for deals. Also, separately, if you guys are looking for Black Friday deals, I am tracking all of that currently. You can check it all out on PCWorld.com. I'm also fielding questions if people toss them my way. I can't get to everyone's questions, but I try to answer at least one type of question so that if someone's scrolling through the history of YouTube comments or through my Twitter feed, they can see it.
Also, real quick, we have somebody asking what that drink is that you're drinking, Gordon.
It's
They might not be
Coors Light.
familiar.
It's not even the king of beers. I think it's like maybe the
Born in
Joker or
born
maybe
in the
like
Rockies.
it's Rockies. It's from the Rockies.
It's the Silver Bullet. Is that the Silver Bullet?
I don't know how they've really said that's a great thing. It's just basically water running off of a dirt mountain. So like, use for your beer, but it's free. The best part of it, it's free. So
You know,
Yeah.
the thing is that I didn't even realize they have on the can right now. It says established in 1978.
Lena,
which
you're rubbing
isn't-
your mic
Oh,
real quick.
sorry, everybody.
Sorry.
But that's actually not that long ago.
1968.
So the fact that Coors Light dominated all the advertisements in like the 80s and 90s.
Wait,
is
hold it.
actually really
Hold it
impressive.
still, Gordon. Where
Oh,
you
sorry.
at? No, yeah,
Can you do it?
hold it still. Hold it still.
Does it
Just don't move
focus?
it. Oh no, wrong camera. Dang it. There we go.
does it actually focus, autofocus too?
No, I mean
Check
it's
it out a
it's a small sensor, so
Oh, okay.
everything's
so
kind of
it's
in
just
focus.
everything. I'm going to spill it out on the memory.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like the most valuable component, like the rarest of all the components here. Oh, holy smokes! We have like a trifecta of like rare components.
We do.
Memory, although memory's not that bad, but 9900K.
Yeah, no one can
which
get
is
that
like
right now.
The 4-leaf clover and a 2080 Ti. That's a 4-leaf
I had a
clover.
friend of
Spoiler.
mine on Facebook
Spoiler.
actually post something saying, "Does anyone know where I can find a 9900K? I'm
Spoiler
almost done
over
with my
there.
build, but I can't seem to find one." And I said, "I can't help you, buddy. Sorry."
Yeah, no, it's insane. It makes it like, did they just make the review CPUs at this point? We should get this build started. We're gonna get like sidetracked at this point. All right, so
Well,
what else?
she's got to finish parts real quick.
All right, so I'm actually going to be using an air cooler, and I realize that for most people, they're going to see the parts list and wonder why I went with such a budget air cooler, but it's new, and I wanted to try it, and that's really the only justification I have for it.
Is it that budget though?
So this is a Hyper 212,
Right.
but they came out with one in a black version finally.
But the RGB in the black probably makes it. I mean, what is it? $40?
Well, I think it's around 40.
So that's not too. I mean,
It's not super cheap, but it's still cheaper than like a CLC.
yeah, decent.
Yeah.
Decent CLC, and it's. I'm actually very interested to see how it does in the 9900K because I did all the
Yeah.
testing with Corsair H60 V2 just with the fans maxed out. So I'm interested to see how the 212 does.
Okay, yeah.
Especially with all the, are we cheating on the TDP on these parts? We'll save that for some other episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, it comes in black. It has RGB. I had to try it.
Okay.
I like it.
So this is, I randomly pulled this just mostly for the color aesthetic, because as you'll see, if you haven't already seen the Nuka-Cola case, it's red. And there's a mount on the front that if you put SSDs there, they're visible. So this is a nice cherry red to go with it.
Oh yeah, that's a
I'm
good
gonna put it on
idea.
there for aesthetics.
You're so smart, Elena. It's
I
almost
don't know
like you
about
planned
smart.
this.
I would say that I have the heart and soul of a crow. All right, so we have some RAM. I pulled, I think this is 32 gigs. I don't think I'll put it all in, but I pulled it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Might be, or 60.
And we also already have installed on the board some G-Skill RAM. It's all black. I'm actually going to take crowd opinions on if we should go with RGB RAM or stick with this like all black aesthetic.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to weigh in on that, let me know.
I say you got to go RGB.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
RGB.
Speaking
RGB.
of case fans, I have
all of them.
all the RGB for you. These are new from last time I was building. These are addressable RGB fans. So.
Nice.
Which is kind of going to go to waste, I think, in the build that I'm doing, because I think I'm going to go with a very simple, like, monochrome aesthetic,
Nice.
just to not distract from the case.
think
I
you're
also have some
really
lighting
this.
strips.
That's kind of funny.
And let's see,
could give
power
more
supply,
commentary on the commentary.
which I ripped out of that build. So this is, you've seen this before, it's a Corsair RM750i. It's fully modular, Gordon.
And wait, what'd you do for cables that were in there?
I left the cables in there. Corsair was really nice, and they sent me a second set of braided cables to use. So that way I don't have to tear all that down.
Yeah, that's an advantage.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because we still need that for the set.
Wait a second. Everybody, Gordon said that there's an advantage to modular power.
No,
What?
it is good because if it
Weird.
fails, you pull it out and you don't have to rewire everything. But, clearly, that's what I think people don't get is you can have, there's nuance to everything, right?
You're in a good mood today.
Yeah, right. He's so acceptable of everything.
Yeah, because
mean
we should
about
just
it.
talk about consoles.
whatever.
Mouse and keyboard
the day
support
when
finally
you
coming to
guys-
consoles.
It will be like 5 years from
Get 'em
now.
started.
And you're like, oh, I'm going to do a rebuild. Where are my cables? And then Adam was going to be,
All right, so what do you got for the
where's my
video card?
cables? Oh, those things? I wasted those 4 years ago. Why? But you remember I asked you? I said you could throw the box away, not the cables. And
It's already
then
started.
you'll be like, I got to buy a new power supply.
Oh, that doesn't happen to me. Everything goes in a specific box. And the people that I live with or hang out with, they know.
Your cat may
They
destroy
know.
it or decide to chew on
There's
it.
a reason why there's a box and then a cardboard box on top of the box, like outlining it. So the cat pees on the box, I can throw away the cardboard.
All right.
Cats.
I know somebody whose rabbit chewed through their laptop power supply. So.
Really? Yeah, that's a thing. And I think this is the final piece of it all. So in the parts list, I put 1080 Ti, and I fully intended to use a 1080 Ti, except for the fact that it's buried somewhere in our storage unit, and I can't actually burrow in there. So making its appearance is our 2080 Ti, which dramatically just increased the cost of this build. But hey, we have it in the office, so I'm using it.
Well, would
Nice.
you rather use a 1080 Ti?
I would.
Yep.
I
But
feel like
they're
I feel like-
$800 now.
I know. Now they're
If
rare.
you use the Founders Edition
Now they're
1080
rare.
Ti, it'd be $800. You'd be
Probably.
okay with that? Paying for 2-year-old technology?
All right,
above
let's start the
MSRP?
build. Here we go.
Okay. So what do you just tell me if you want me to do something.
So-
I'm actually downloading the manual for this motherboard right now.
Oh, are you?
I'm
That's
not
actually
just,
pretty good.
Not listening.
Are you?
That's true.
I am.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna switch to the overhead camera just for fun because I need some practice on it. First, I'm gonna zoom in on what you're doing, and
So I'm going to
watch
start
this.
by putting in the M.2
So
drive.
you already installed the CPU.
I didn't. Gordon did.
Where
Oh,
can you?
Gordon
Where do this? Well, it doesn't matter because it's
Well,
SATA. but-
aren't you downloading the manual?
No, I'm just wondering if you want to put it because
There's two. There's this one and this one, right? I'm
But so my thought though, if you put the 2080 Ti,
Yeah.
you put the
Yeah,
M.2
it's gonna-
right above it, is
it's
it going to
gonna-
cook it?
That's a good point. Also, if I put the cooler on, if I ever wanted to remove storage, that'd be difficult.
Yeah, that's why everybody U.2. But no, you won't buy U.2 drives, internet. Let's see.
I'm gonna have to. Can I borrow your?
Okay, good morning, everyone. Glad to see everyone here. And yes, in San Francisco, it is morning time, even though we are drinking,
I forgot.
drinking
These are the
beer.
screws that are, like,
Just how
really
we do
hard
it.
to
That's how we do it.
Get.
Do you care?
So far, I'm going to say this. The noise on this camera is not very
I'll be right
good.
back. I need to get a different screwdriver because these screws are actually particularly shallow, and I don't want to strip them.
Yeah. Okay.
Why don't you just use the iFixit kit?
I am using it. I don't have enough hand grip on something that narrow.
Do you want to use my Leatherman?
Zach says, "What's U.2?"
U.2
He's making
is
making a joke.
form factor also borrowed from servers that Intel tried to push. There isn't actually an Intel. In fact, I found ours today, our U.2 drive. It looks very much like a thick, it's a 2.5 inch, it looks like a thick 2.5 inch drive, but it has basically PCIe connectors. I'll go grab it in a second once Elena comes back, because they don't want to look at nothing, right?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, they're watching you. They could always watch me.
But I mean,
I could always switch
the
to
nice
me
thing
and
is
just
instead
hold
of having to put your
plaque.
M.2 under these damn things when you got to pull the drive or service something,
Yeah.
it's on a cable. So you run PCIe. This board does not have a U.2 connector. I do have one with U.2. The nice thing is if you don't, they have adapters that plug into the M.2 slots. The nice thing is you run it to a cable somewhere else in
Oh,
your
do you want me
case.
to go to overhead cam?
Are we on the overhead? No.
Let me. There we go. Nope, that's me. I am not on it this morning. Sorry, people.
All right, so look, if you put your M.2 here or wherever it is in this board that's secretly under these covers, it's really a pain to get out if you have cards in here. And it also, there's a lot of heat near the motherboard from the GPU or whatever you have on here. So a U.2 drive would, if you had a U.2 port plug into the front, right, there would actually be U.2. It's basically, by 4 PCIe. If you do not have that, there's an adapter that plugs into the M.2 slots. The big advantage is you get it out of the way, you get it away from the heat of the motherboard, and also there are power and actual space limitations to M.2. I think it's like maybe 25 watts out of M.2. U.2 you can run more power through because it's off somewhere else, and it's very much trying to take NVMe PCIe storage and move it away into an external or internal drive, but out of the way, so you don't have to mess with it. You can access it very easily. The internet has voted, though, and they said, no, we don't want your new fancy form factor from servers. We like the cheapness of M.2. I mean, it does work. As much as people do get concerned about the thermals of it, it's not really baking people's machines.
Zach has a question. Is it important to cool the actual flash modules or just the controller?
So that is an issue of contention. So originally people said if you heat these things up, you lower the life. And then I think Alan over at PC Per said, well, actually, and we had Steve on a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, where we were saying it really seems like you should keep the NAND cool, but you should keep the controller warm. Or the NAND should be a little warm, but the cooler should be cool. I think it's one of those things that people are overthinking in a lot of ways. In the old days, before they sort of had thermal throttling on these things, like in a NUC, you would be using a small drive, and it would overheat and it would crash. So let me go get our M.2 drive because I found it. Elena's working there?
Yeah, and for the people in the chat, yes, I know that this overhead camera is noisy. That's part of why I'm testing it. But also, we didn't have another video person to help with the shoot. Usually we do. I either get Dan or Martin. Martin's on vacation, lazy bum, and Dan is busy doing the review for the new iPad Pro for Macworld. So sorry,
check this out,
it's
folks.
better.
Elena
It's
works on
better
that.
than
She's
nothing.
removing the
but-
cover for the. You got it?
I couldn't find.
Are you just trying to show off, Gordon?
Oh, yeah. Let him do some.
Yeah, I
show
want
and
to show
tell.
this off because we might as well show this off while Elena is removing the.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try one more time. Oh, I can't find the Phillips #1.
That's two. Oh, really?
Yeah, in the tool.
Is
You can try it if you want, but these are really shallow screws.
Oh, jeez.
That one's okay. The other one's kind of.
Hey, it's magnetized.
Yeah.
See, I don't know why they tightened it so much.
Oh man, here we go.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I don't know if that's Loctited or this is when you piss off your tire installer, they're going to hit it with that impact wrench, and then when you are on the side of the freeway, you ain't getting it off. That's what happens. Check this out, folks.
David says, quick, she needs tweezers.
We just use tweezers. Everything's a tweezer. So check this out, though. This is an M.2 or U.2 drive from Intel. This was.
Oh, show and tell.
It's a very old drive at this point. It's never been opened, showing the popularity of U.2 even here. But look at this. It's got all these heat sinks. Look at the connectors. Top is a standard SATA. Bottom is your
Are they all that thick?
U.2. And the nice thing is you get this adapter cable. We'll pull it out. We are not using it on this build. This is an Intel. It's a very nice drive still in this day and age. It's a 750 drive. But just so you can see what it looks like, this was sort of the idea that Intel had floated for storage. I imagine none of this is free or cheap, so I'm gonna guess usually the buck talks with vendors. So what you would do is you'd plug it in here in the standard drive bay. Look, it has standard drive mounts, right? Plug it in. You power it up, so you are getting well beyond that 25 watt limit of M.2, I think. And then you plug this into your M.2 slot. That's if you don't have native support for U.2 on your motherboard. Very few do, so especially at consumer levels.
Interesting.
But this being so thick, I feel like you have to have a very specific case in order to accommodate it.
Yeah,
You just let it hang.
It would just be. There's definitely some drive trays that would have issues with it. But internet, you have voted. You said no to it. You want M.2. You want SATA. So it's not going to go anywhere. It's probably just going to languish and die, just like everything else.
Sweet. Cool. So what's next on the build? What's going on here?
I'm putting in the M.2 drive finally. And Gordon, maybe you can explain why this says remove.
So that is just the cover for the heat pad. So this is just a little thermal conductor. It's like a little. I love the way it feels, but you always feel bad touching it.
Isn't it sticky?
This transfers heat. So basically, this is a heatsink, right? And this supposedly transfers heat.
That's the
to
part
the
of the
aluminum.
motherboard.
If you go and watch Steve's videos, of course, he shows that there are issues with this sometimes. I do think people are overreacting to it a little bit. But pull off the plastic. No matter what you think of it, remove the plastic.
Yeah, at least do that, right?
Carrying this so bad. Because I don't carry a penknife.
Saint Michelle is wondering why no one is grounded.
I am wearing an anti-static strap.
There you
I
go.
try to
Perfect.
practice that in my daily life, and I feel like I've gotten to a sufficient point with it that I can just go, free.
Grounded. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that people get a little crazy. We're not. Sure. If you were building computers at Dell or a vendor selling them for a living, you would wear an anti-static smock or be worried about that. At home, I don't think it's a huge deal. Unless you're like, I guess, high humidity day and you're rubbing balloons on yourself. Your hair is just kind of like
Why you
going
do
up
it?
in the air, then yeah, maybe.
Why are you doing that anyway?
What?
And why would anyone do that anyway?
Rubbing the balloons on yourself?
Yeah.
Increase the, I guess, the
Maybe they work
static
as a
lane.
clown. And yeah, man, this camera is noisy. Whew.
It's not working?
I mean, the problem is
It's not
that
too bad.
it's not. The problem is that we have an actually pretty dark set to begin with, and our main cameras are Sony
I can't remember which way it
A7S2s, which
oriented.
are
I'm assuming
great
this
in
way.
low
Yeah,
light.
okay.
Yeah, you gotta
So
you got to move this. Oh,
What?
wow, interesting.
I don't think there's a screw for it.
You
is
got to
there?
move this. So it's interesting.
Oh,
they
I have to
such
move that,
a
okay.
huge long. The mount for I don't know. It's a little hard to tell, but there is an mount for the M.2 drive.
So it's just going to go like this? There's going to be no screw on this side? I don't think that's the way it works. I think it just.
Oh, interesting.
I think it just has a post
there's
right
gotta be
there.
something else in the box. Damn
Is
it.
there? In your box? Oh, for the motherboard. All right.
Yeah.
Please stand by.
Anyway, as I was saying,
This is
yes.
what happens when you start sourcing parts and you have multiple builds in the office.
Right. I'm
A
going to
glimpse
mute
into the
Gordon.
life
So,
of PC World staff members.
yeah, our main cameras are A7S2s, which are really good in low light. And this overhead cam, which is the Livestream Mevo, is like a small 4K sensor that is not
thermal pad
great
has
in
their
low light.
fingerprints all over it.
I thought maybe the overhead light, like because it's literally right in front of the overhead light, the color or the brightness
fancy.
would be
Look at
enough.
these
But
stickers.
Yeah, isn't it?
Look at this.
yeah, not,
This is what
not
happens
so
when you
far.
buy what, like a $250, $300 motherboard? This is
Yeah,
what you
fancy.
get. You get these. You get some
This is a nice motherboard.
fancy freaking stickers here.
PSA, do not throw this away. This is the cover for the slot. I know you want to throw it away. Save this, put it with your extra modular power supply cables, or keep it in the motherboard box. The main reason is, if this board goes bad, if something breaks and you have to send it back, you have to remove your CPU, you have to put the cover that comes with the motherboard back on there. Otherwise, they will invalidate your RMA.
God,
Because you
Mike,
are not
what's the
going to
name
stick
of
your
that?
motherboard in here with those open pins and then ship it all over the world and have your FedEx person throw it over the fence at the repair facility.
We got an interesting question from Hookster. Here, earthquakes generate static electricity. Not there. I don't know where here is for him, but do earthquakes
Generate static
generate
electricity?
static electricity here
I'd
for
like
us?
to just point out that if we were having an earthquake in the middle of this build, we have slightly larger problems than static electricity.
Well, I don't think they mean like currently happening. I think they just. Hookster, why don't you comment and let us know what you mean?
There you go. All yours.
Do we have the full parts list cost? If you look in the YouTube
No
comment
cost. I didn't actually do
description.
the tally for cost because I wasn't really thinking about it. Again, this is just kind of like a fun build that I'm just literally just tossing together with spare parts that we have in the office.
Also, Brent says the 8700K is the better buy.
I would say right now, yeah. Also, I think that's the only thing you can actually get your hands on. So.
But it depends on what the definition of better is.
That's true, but if
What's
you can't
better?
get your hands on a 9900K, it's not an option, period.
But I mean, there is a real performance uplift from hyperthreading. So if you do want more threaded performance, yeah, it is. It's worth it. It's worth it to you. If you just simply want best bang for your buck, why are you building Intel anyway? I mean, 2700 is really, really hard to beat. Really hard to beat. So there's your better deal. And then you could argue, well, what do you need 8 cores for to play video games? Why aren't you buying a Ryzen 5?
True. Real
Oh,
quick,
wait a minute.
I don't
Who's
know.
actually, are you playing games that are
here we go.
using 6 cores or 12 threads? Why don't you go down to a Celeron?
Hold on, I haven't been really good at keeping up
really
with.
cheap is a console.
All right, I need one of those. I need one of these.
I've been keeping up with
yeah, here,
Twitch,
here.
but I think thank you Ruru2 for giving us some bits and
So you just mount that to the board?
Monokoma.
Yeah, let me just.
Your
Monokama.
little, so it comes
Something
with
like
2
that.
of them.
Thank you
for
so
your
much.
2 M.2s.
I got so excited. I just wanted to be over this part. I always do this to myself.
Also, Ruru2 wants Elena to sign the case when we give it away, and Gordon to kiss it. So
Well, I think I'll leave that to whoever the winner is. I would be really mad if somebody defaced a case
collectible
that
case.
looked a collectible case.
Although that makes it more collectible.
I mean, that's what I mean. I'll leave it up to the person, right? So my personal take on that is not going to be someone else's. Oh, Gordon.
I know. It works. It's working.
I'm gonna switch over to the overhead because I don't know, we missed something.
So you will get on your motherboard, if it's not already installed on the board, sometimes it is, and you move it. In this case, ASUS did not install it. It comes in a plastic bag. It's the mount for the M.2 drive. There's a screw.
Yeah, I
right
tried
here.
to skip this step, and Gordon pointed out the errors of my ways.
Also, somebody had said earlier that you should have put the M.2 in the top
Did I give it
slot.
to you?
No, we decided to do this because we were thinking about trying to get at that later on once you put a cooler on, and then just about like how it'll work out with also having a graphics card installed.
Right, because your video card is here. Picture it this way, your video card is here. All the heat from that video card is just going to go up and cook everything.
But supposedly you're getting less throughput on that bottom slot.
It's a SATA drive. So I'm not sure. We should look to see.
No,
which
whatever,
is,
whatever.
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, if one is PCIe only and one is SATA or one is from the Southbridge, I mean, they're both from the Southbridge, I imagine. They're not pumping any of the. Let's look. We're going to make sure. RTFM, folks.
Too late now.
Never
Too
make
late.
any assumptions.
I'm screwing it in. This may be a moot point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's
You know
fine.
what kind of gets me though? It says 22. I wish it would just tell you look at page 22. So then I have to go to 125.
It doesn't really tell you that much.
David says the bottom is by 2 and the top is by 4.
Oh, damn it. So SATA is the only drive that supports SATA is on top. Oh, wait. SATA 2.1. Yep, you got to move it.
All right.
RTFM, folks.
Cool. Let's start this build over again. Let's start from the top.
Well, so we would
Gotta bring the
actually.
music back in.
Well, so what's interesting though is they both would work if that were an NVMe drive. Because looking at the manual here, both of the slots are PCIe
See if I
Gen
can get in on the
4.
manual. Watch
Oh,
this.
he's right. I should have
But
actually read
it's a
that.
SATA drive, so SATA is only plumbed into the top.
This is what I get for going cheap.
Yeah, whatever. It's what we got to do here at PC
No,
World.
but I mean, no, this is actually a valid point because when you start mixing components from different tiers that the manufacturers are targeting with it, you run into stuff like this.
David says more beer, start over.
Yeah, more beer. Sorry, it always makes it better. But it's also very good. Some people would want to go.
Oh, we took off the thing.
And
I put it back on.
Brad says this is why he's hanging in the chat so he doesn't have to read manuals.
You got to remember though, is if you make a mistake, it's okay, and it's actually very good to learn from people's mistakes.
Yeah.
Rather than just simply get all angry about them calling your anti-static strap not static strap.
Does
Also,
anyone else here know
monocomma, I
the
notice
website
you.
despair.com?
Despair?
Despair.com. So it's
No.
a site that's known for its what they call their demotivational posters. They're hilarious. It's very much my kind of humor. Right now, I'm reminded of the one that's called Mistakes, and it's just a picture of a ship, kind of like Titanic size, poking up from the ocean as it's sinking. And the tagline is, "It may be your purpose in life to serve as an example for other people." That's
not
me
bad.
right now,
Yeah,
everybody.
that's not bad. All right, so let me move the camera over here to this. Oh yeah, I forgot. So one of the cool things about this camera is that depending on how long I hold the transition, it is how long it takes for it to smooth over. So watch this. I'm going to go to the 1080 or the 2080 Ti, and I'm holding it for at least a couple seconds. Watch how slow it pans over. It's real
Oh,
slow.
that is. Yeah, but that is.
So if I
That's
move
not
it if I
that
move it quick like
slow.
this, it's like that. You know what I mean? So
I'm impressed.
Like
the
the-
noise isn't that bad.
yeah, I mean, the quality. I mean, if you're in full daylight, you're gonna be fine. And I have seen some sets. We were at South by Southwest a couple years ago, and somebody had a set with only these cameras up. It wasn't great, but they had pumped a ton of lighting in, and it actually didn't look too bad.
Screw it. Did you leave it down in there?
Also, Elvis says, "Didn't The Verge teach us all we already need to know?
You did. It did, in fact.
Just not the M.2 slot."
It was really funny because I actually did not watch the entirety of the Verge video in full. I'll fully admit to that because it was a little.
Actually, I didn't
painful.
either.
A little painful. So because of that, I didn't know all the references, and I put up a video not long after that, and people started making Verge references, and at first I thought they were actually saying that I had said certain things wrong.
Oh.
It took me a while to figure it out.
But it's well,
I just want to check cab length on that.
is there already one in there?
Yeah, there's already. Well, this is the post for that. So
Oh.
I guess you
interesting.
just
must
do it all
share
at once,
It
yeah.
just shares it.
So yeah, I should also say that it's a 4K sensor, but it's cropping in to get these zooms. It's not an actual zoom lens. It's static, and cropping on 4K is I'm not a big fan of saying like, oh, you can just get 4K and then you can crop, then you get multiple cameras, and it's like, and it doesn't really work that way.
It's not gonna always work.
Yeah. I mean, just because you're losing the resolution,
Yeah.
So unless you're displaying in 1080p, either way. Yes, Lyle's reaction to The Verge was the best. I did watch that video. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, and everybody makes mistakes. We just made a mistake here. The whole thing is not
it happens.
Everybody shouldn't. I think the pylon is an issue, but at the same time, we just admit it. Hey, we screwed up on this ad thing. Thank you, Internet, for telling us.
No, it was really nice. One of the things I love about this build is that having everybody in chat is like having extra buddies around to point out when you might be going down the wrong path, so you don't spend hours.
I know, right?
I think it's a really nice thing.
Especially that time that we were trying to figure out the RAM slots. That was hilarious.
Our very first live build.
Yeah, was that the first one?
I have already looked it up.
Have
Sorry.
you?
Oh, good. Well, hopefully it's true because.
Well, it's in the right place, but I just want to make sure. You know what?
Well, isn't that what happened last time?
Looking it up in the manual one more time. I mean, those are the most common mistakes you can make. The interesting thing I think would have happened is if we tried to post it with that SATA drive in the bottom M.2, we would have just got nothing. It would not have worked.
Oh, that would have sucked.
That would have been.
And you were like, why isn't it seeing the drive? Then you pull the manual out, and then you go.
And then we have to tear it all out. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Did we get any opinions on what style of RAM we should use?
If we did, I missed them.
All right.
So please put it back in. Sorry.
I guess I'm just gonna go with RGB.
Yeah, just go with RGB. That's fine. Also, real quick, Joshua keeps asking about cell phone deals for Black Friday. Elena, have you?
What's he looking for?
I have no idea. Just
okay.
cell phone deals.
So the thing is about that is a lot of the cell phone deals go through the carriers if he's in the U.S. I don't track those as much just because they're usually tied to like signing up for some kind of, not a contract anymore, but you're tied into like the financing with them and you're locked in for 2 years. And I feel like since people trust my opinion, I don't like to recommend anything that's going to lock someone into like some kind of payment plan. So instead I usually cover deals that are for unlocked phones, which you pay for all up front.
Joshua was saying CDMA, so probably Verizon.
So that's either Verizon or Sprint.
He says Verizon.
Oh,
yeah.
Verizon.
Yeah.
So Verizon sometimes has some good deals. If you go through their store on Black Friday, they'll have whatever deal. And if you plan to stick with Verizon, then obviously you can just do whatever payment plans or pay up front with them. In terms of phones, I don't really know what's going to go on sale this year, obviously. And I haven't finished going through all the circulars yet. Your flagships are most likely to go on sale. Not crazy discount. I would say maybe like you can lop off like $200 if you get a really good deal. Maybe $300 if there's a trade-in deal to go with it.
Yeah.
But most of your deals are going to be in like the mid to lower range. So stuff like your Motos, like Motorola phones, like OnePlus might have something, that kind of thing. I know that's kind of vague, so if you want, just like hit me up with a tweet with what you're actually looking for. I can get you some actual specific advice.
What's your handle?
Oh, at Morphing Ball.
Like
that
a morphing ball.
Morphing,
like a ball that
like
morphs.
Changing. Yeah.
Yes.
And I will say, as a Verizon customer, since I actually pay for Verizon's excellent service.
Is that sarcasm? I can't actually tell.
Yeah.
It's sarcasm because I think Adam and Elena, when they got to pay for their cell phone bills, they got to go into a liquor store. Okay, so that's not where you get quality service.
What's he talking
I get high quality service.
I think he's talking about
Verizon. You pay, yes, you suffer Verizon, but it works everywhere. And I got to say one thing: if you're looking at a Pixel 3, there's a good trade-in right now going for it.
What am I doing?
But here's the one thing you got to know: if you're a Pixel kind of person, I don't know if they do this with iPhone, but the deals always get better. Because I did a trade-in for my Pixel 2 XL 128. It was pretty.
Wait, you already upgraded to a 3?
No, Pixel 2.
When he upgraded to the 2.
Oh, when you
because
did
I thought,
it.
oh my
Okay,
God,
okay.
this is a great deal. I'm just going to get in on this. Because they give me $300, $250 for a Samsung S5.
Yeah, you did get a really good deal
like,
for your
what?
trade.
This phone is worth like $1.50.
That was a
You
good
pay
deal.
me to recycle it.
That was a good deal. Side note: almost everyone picked RGB, so
Okay,
you
great.
did the right choice.
I'm going with the people's will then. I like to know that I'm aligned with the people.
And Johnny, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's not morphine, like morphine ball, like
Morphine.
It's not the drug.
It's not the drug. It's morphing.
It's like Power Rangers.
Yeah. morphing.
But Super Metroid. So
This is the
also-
last one. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say a sad note. I haven't confirmed this, but I think Brad did. Stan Lee has died.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
I think. Let me confirm before we.
What?
News.google.com.
No,
Okay,
he's
I
not
just-
really gone from us.
I had to sit down. What? That's depressing.
If it's true,
Yeah, that's just.
I mean, I know everyone has to go at some point, but that is very depressing.
Okay, I'm not seeing it in the news, so maybe this person was just trolling us.
Oh, okay. Well, then we won't believe it then.
Yeah,
So here's
let's
a
wait.
Verizon deal. You gotta wait. It just always gets better, especially on the Pixel. I think it's just because I don't know
They're not
what's
as
up with
popular.
Verizon and Google and Pixel, but
They're not
it
as
just
popular.
the deals only get better and better and better.
Oh yeah, it is true.
Oh damn it!
Yeah, he died
When?
at 95.
When? I mean, it's a good life, but when?
We still got Jack Kirby.
So I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check the Hollywood Reporter, which is reporting this live on Twitter. Died Monday morning at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. So
Oh,
That's a bummer.
Jack Kirby died in 1994.
How did you not know?
How about Jim Shooter?
we're talking about Stan Lee here.
I'm just talking about the gods of of comic books here.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, we still got Jim Shooter.
Yeah, let's have a quiet moment for Stan Lee. Yeah. All right, and we will continue to keep building this this build. That is sad news. That's a bummer.
Actually, can I use your penknife to? Can stop using the screwdriver like a very ghetto.
And everyone in chat is hitting F to pay respects. So thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Hitting F.
It's a console thing.
What? You can't even hit F on a console.
I was waiting to see how long it would take for it. That was quicker.
But wouldn't it be funny if there was an F button on the controller? Gordon
Just-
wouldn't know.
just to
He
do
just
it?
wouldn't know.
What the hell does
well,
that
because there's
even
an A,
mean
B,
anyway? What
Y,
is
and
that?
X.
Why would you
But he
hit
doesn't
F?
probably know that either.
Would you care to explain, Adam?
Don't worry about it. Brad has posted a link to the Hollywood Reporter of the news.
Also, PSA. So we switched out our two Guile 3200 memory DIMMs.
Oh, these are G-Skill.
G-Skill? Okay, we switched out to two G-Skill black modules for RGB. We're using 4, so it doesn't matter what slot you're putting them in, but they were in the correct outer 2 pairs. So on this motherboard, the outer 2 pairs are the correct one. It doesn't matter though, always read the manual, always look in the manual to
Yes.
find out, right? They have the little pictures.
Between the three of us, we've done quite a few builds, and even the first live build we did, we had trouble with that.
And then, sometimes
This
they,
is not uniform.
in the old days, they would actually route them a little differently too. I mean, they probably don't do it anymore in the dual channel days, but in the old days, some boards, it would be the 2 outer pair, some boards would be the 2 inner pair, sometimes it would be the 2 inner slots. Always read the manual.
The best part of all of this
Make no assumptions. Yeah.
is that by just putting in the 2 extra DIMMs, plus the fact that we went to a 1080 Ti, like I think I increased, 2080 Ti, I think I increased the cost of this build by probably 700?
What's the total cost of this thing?
I don't know, but
Who
I'll find
knows?
out.
It must be like,
Also, Nitin, no, the giveaway is not international. I'm sorry.
Unless you count Canada as international.
Canada is accepted. So yeah, we're giving away the actual case, which we haven't revealed yet here. But if you look at an earlier YouTube video, we
Let's pull
case hasn't even made it to
we
the camera.
unboxed it.
Okay,
a
I
good
feel
case.
like
It's a
this
good
is a
case.
very important step after,
Oh, yes, that is a very important step.
after watching the Verge video.
Here, hold on.
Everybody
Scoot it
does
forward a little bit.
Everybody
And,
retired. So there is a plastic protective cover, typically on most
And
heat sinks.
Okay.
was it the Verge, or I think maybe I was looking at something on Reddit where someone had had done I think repair work on their friend's computer and found that.
Yeah, it happens.
on.
I work with somebody, and I love telling this story, but the dude put the processor mounted in 90 degrees the wrong way, and then just cranked it down. And it still worked afterwards. I pulled the processor out, put it back in the
Still
right
worked?
way, and it worked. Put it right up.
How did he?
And yes, we are
back
giving
then
away the
marijuana was
PC
not
case.
legal in the state of California, but I'm gonna guess maybe there may have been some
Holy moly!
participation in that. So does Cooler Master give you thermal paste?
No.
Really?
Well,
They must. How could they not? Yeah, right there.
I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
So will you use the included stuff?
It's so itty bitty. No wonder I
just
missed
enough.
it.
Why would they give you more?
And Dark DeLaurel, no, Gleam does not get full access to your YouTube account. They will not edit, delete your videos, etc.
Well, that would be cool.
That would be horrifying.
The YouTube verification is just to show that you are really you.
Remind me what.
And David,
J1151. Okay.
yeah. What are you doing right now,
D,
Elena?
Oh my God.
Just to remind people.
Oh, I'm just figuring out the mounting stuff for the CPU cooler.
And Chathan Meredith. It's not international because we have a legal team here at PC World that needs it to be U.S. and Canada only, except
I think this is
Quebec.
RGB.
I am currently working with them to allow international giveaways, but the hoops that we need to
So I need B,
go through are
D.
very small and
F?
spread apart. So I promise I'm working on it.
Nah, it's very IKEA-esque. Gordon is having a bit of fun with the menu. I don't know if you want to switch to this
Oh, that's
camera
nice.
real
These are
quick.
kind of
Yep. Let me.
All right, so
All right.
he was asking me what I was doing, and he's like, "How do you know which one you're doing? Which parts are you using?" So I said, "You look it up here." So I need B and D, and he just starts laughing.
because it has it here. I was like, how the hell? And then it's like, yeah, you need this part. That's probably better than it used to be. You remember? So people don't know. In the old days, you would get like your aftermarket heatsink, and then the instruction manual would be printed on a little piece of paper that was about this big. It looked like a Bazooka Joe comic from gum, and you would unfold it, and you'd have to get out a magnifying glass to read it. So documentation on installation of coolers has gotten really good compared to those days.
And real quick on YouTube, Cluck, we promise that the initial sign-in for Gleam, which is just your email address, and your date of birth is not used by anyone. That is just to verify that you're real, and that's the email we will use
All right, I'm
to
trying to figure out
contact
which
you.
screw this is.
So it is secure.
I don't know. We might call them up and wish them happy birthday.
Nope. Nope. We will not do
No,
that.
we do not do that.
We
The
will
lawyers
not
are
do
saying we
that.
cannot call up.
Lawyers saying
Main
we cannot
reason
do
is
that.
if people don't know this, happy birthday, if you sing that, you have to pay the people who own the rights to come to
Oh,
happy
here
birthday.
they are. Okay, one.
Unless you sing it in German.
Also, RM on YouTube's asking any recommendations on good, inexpensive thermal paste.
I really like, and I know Brad definitely has an opinion on this. Where did I put it? I just had it with me.
Just the old standby Arctic Silver.
Yep, Arctic Silver 5 is super popular, super common, not expensive at all. I don't know if you want to switch cams real quick.
Oh, yep. Sorry.
And that's
There we
the
go.
big tube. Most of the coolers will come with their own. All right, so this comes a little.
It also comes with a little bit of its own, but I don't use it because I don't know, I have a preferred and I kind of stick with it.
And doesn't Steve stick with Arctic Silver as well?
No, I think most of the.
Or was it
most
a
of the-
sponsor?
Most of the cool kids are using all the liquid metal stuff, which has
Oh.
been around for a while, but now it's just super hot
Here we go.
these days. As in, if you're really cool, get liquid metal. But if you're a normal Joe or Jane, I think it's don't overthink some of these things. People are. I know people like to get into it because it's their hobby, but some of the things you don't have to necessarily overthink.
There's a lot of people in the chat who prefer Arctic Silver. So
Yeah, it's still gotta.
It's just, it's kind of like it's very reliable. It's, not fancy, but it gets the job done.
fancy.
All right, as you all can see, I'm very slow moving. I like to double check what I'm doing.
Yeah, I thought you said this was going to be a
Quadruple.
fast build.
Well,
We're already an hour in.
it's like, oh crap, is it really?
Yeah. So at some point, I'm just gonna go ahead and preemptively order pizza.
Are you really?
Because our boss is off today and he can't give us approval. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna give us approval.
He's just. Are you just teasing?
No, I'm definitely gonna order pizza.
Are you really?
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna make Gordon do it because
I'm not going to do
busy.
it. I still have to pay for my expenses from last time. I'm not doing it.
All right, I'll do
Somebody
it.
else do it.
I'll do it. And I'm going to Elena's article for this build on PCWorld.com and putting the Gleam widget in. So give me a second.
I haven't
Elena,
seen these before. These little clips. This is new to me.
Oh, that is new. I've not seen that. It must be, they slide into this.
I don't know. Let's look
Yeah.
at the manual.
Elena, I'm in our CMS and I see this new article for Black Friday 2018, the best early deals.
Yeah, so I've been working on that. It's live. I haven't
live.
had a chance to look at it today, so a lot of the deals I think expired last night or are expiring today.
I'll put this in the chat.
This year has been really interesting for Black Friday. I feel like all the retailers got together and finally decided that, hey, like maybe people actually just want to know what the deals are in advance. We don't have to throw it at everyone all at once. So we'll give you the information early, but the deals actually won't start until roughly the week of Thanksgiving. I'm not seeing as many early deals as I saw last year. Last year was nuts. Like there was just deals flying everywhere. I was very busy last year.
Also, just to clarify real quick, the giveaway is for the case only. The case only.
These the ones you want?
We are not
Oh, yeah.
giving the whole build away. Still cool. Still cool.
Okay, so
Yeah, you're not giving away my Soul 9900K. You know how hard these things are to get?
wait, so I have to put.
I don't know.
Wait, yeah. So these flat ones. This is a really interesting
I'm
system.
going to guess
These flat ones go in.
they slot in maybe inside through there.
Yeah.
Hey, Elena,
And
this
it's on the long one, yeah.
real quick. This please stand by. Is this an image? Should I delete that and put the actual?
That's for the Fallout 76.
Oh, the live stream. Oh,
Live
okay,
stream.
got it.
My
Got it.
guess is like that. Does it look all right?
Well, this looks like this went this way, and this one is actually face down.
Yeah, I don't quite
I don't
get that
understand
because
that.
then it wouldn't hold it in.
I don't understand that.
But maybe that's what pins it in place. But see, there's no way, if you do it like that, it's got to be, there's no way there's anything
Right?
holding in.
But look at the diagram. Isn't that the diagram? I hope this
That's
is
what it looks like. Although that is this way, though. We're looking at the bottom of that picture.
Oh,
See,
that's
there's
true.
no ribs.
Then why is this facing that way?
Because you're screwing this in like this, or you're putting the, because you're looking at from the bottom. It's really hard to tell from that image. There we go. Then we take that baby. I was wondering how the hell you get this in. Wow. This really could be like a fidget spinner. Some of these things.
Hold it steady real quick. Let me
Or we need to be in the.
just hold it somewhere. I'll get it. There we go.
And then I guess you just simply, it tells you which notch to use. But we can figure that out just by.
It tells you the middle notch for 1150X boards.
Really? There's. Okay.
That's what it says, second notch. I'm looking at this diagram correctly, right?
It looks like they're too small to me, but. They're not quite that exact, but that's as long as you get the damn things through the hole.
There
I
we
like
go.
I like
All
how
right.
our live builds, we don't really watch language.
All right. I am putting in. Oh
There we
no,
go.
that is the wrong. I am deleting that. Don't click on that.
So I know, of course, this is the butt of all jokes, but I think we are doing a build outside of the case because I think it's a lot easier for people to move the motherboard around, get into these oblique angles with it. You might even argue that you should put the RAM in after you put in the cooler to give you a little more clearance.
What's clearance?
I guess I
Clearance.
could do that.
But I think it's fine, you know, if you
alright.
can do it.
There is
We're not
the
going to have any issues. And also, I got to say, people they get really angry, like, do you build with the motherboard in the case or not? If you've got a big ass case, it doesn't matter. Some of these big ass cases, you can climb inside of those things and build in them. So I think it would be perfectly fine to mount this board and then lay the case down and do it that way. Is it optimal to show it for video? No. Is it a mistake? It makes it a little bit harder, but let's face it, it's not going to like ruin your day. So you can do it inside if you want. It's all
can.
about how you like to build your systems.
I recommend
Oops,
doing that for
let
a
me
larger case, though. I think
switch
the
that over.
H700, the one that we're building in, is mid-tower, so it's not quite as roomy.
Right.
So it made more sense. And also, you can just see it better when we do it this way, what we're doing.
Yeah, and if you're going out of the way, people
Did I get
got a
this
little
right?
excited about that. I think you can do it inside if you have to. Is it optimal? No. Would I do it that way in that case? Probably not.
Also, I will say a longtime friend of mine, Mikey, is in the Twitch chat. Hello, Mikey. Thanks for joining us.
Cool.
Always good to see
All right, I finally said that correctly.
And he also comments that manuals are all blockchain now.
Who?
Mikey.
Oh.
You met him.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about manuals?
He's probably on a double on a double VPN,
Yeah.
scrambled. It's encrypted.
Yeah.
Wow, they've really changed the amount of this. You remember they used to just have a pin? It's pretty
There you
easy.
go. Okay, now we got to put the. Oh wait, we got to put the.
No, I just want to see if it's. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah. You gotta put those in.
Gotta put these in first.
I just like they've changed the mount because it used to be a pin that held in place.
I'm sorry.
That's not bad.
Did I miss? Is there thermal paste already on the?
We're not going to use any.
We're not going to use any. Okay. Perfect.
We're trying to turn into a meme.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, Internet, if you don't build it our way, you're not building it the right way.
Perfect.
There's 2 ways. There's 3 ways. Wait, no, there's 3 ways. Right way, wrong way, the way we're doing it. No,
Perfect.
Just saying.
You know what?
Huh, I wonder if they actually give you bolts to hold this in place. Do they give you little screws to hold the clamps in place?
Yes, I think so. I think that's what these little
Oh, nice.
fellas
okay,
are for.
I'm going to take care of that.
And
then-
Brad says he's drinking some Sam Adams.
Oh, nice.
So what Elaine is doing, she's not showing you, but she's putting the nuts onto the mounting brackets.
How come you're not showing me?
Yeah, why don't you show that, Elaine?
Because it's a little easier to do this way, but I can try to present it to you all this way.
Well, no,
Give you
just-
like show and tell here.
Well, just push it forward just a little bit, and I can get the overhead.
There we go. But because
There we go.
gravity pulls down the screws, obviously, if I have it flat, I like to do it horizontal, or sorry, vertically like this, so I can get,
We don't have a wrench.
I can push the back plate in to make sure that I can get the nuts all the way down to
And
the
then
bottom.
definitely put some torque on those to get those in place, because if you don't, when you are removing the screws for the heatsink, it will just back those nuts off.
and yes,
it
Mikey,
really turns into a mess.
Yeah, I've
Metamucil.
done that before.
Mikey's reminding me that the
haven't-
best thermal paste is Metamucil. You just kind of
does
stir
work.
it up.
I
You
bet it
let,
would work.
you let it stand for like a day, and it gets really gelatinous.
Let me take out. I think the
He's making a joke.
chat is correct. I think it'll be a little easier if I pull out.
Yeah, it's a little better. So she's pulling the RAM out. I'm going to go ahead and show you. Check this out. This is the Hyper 212 RGB black. A little bit of different. I've done a lot of 212 builds. This is kind of nice because the brackets are now held in by a screw.
Oh, that is nice.
That is really nice. That's you're not kind of flailing around with it.
Monokama is asking if we can send them a PC to be an example of how to build the right way. Can we just send them a PC?
Sure.
And then we're
You
good.
just drop it in the mail.
Perfect. Easy.
And you got to, oh, look, this is nice too. The fan is fairly easy to remove.
And Pekavi says for thermal paste I use mayo, and thermal pads I use cheese.
I bet it would work.
Sliced cheese.
Except for the rodents. Oh, look at this great big thumbprint on here.
Whoops.
That was not me.
Wait, why'd you take the RAM out?
So that way we can torque these down a little bit more tightly.
Oh, okay.
Get in there.
Perfect.
Oh.
And so the 212 is has been a great budget, I guess, a budget heatsink, although 40 bucks gets a little higher, but it's a direct contact. You've got the heat pipes to make direct contact with the CPU, and they've done a pretty good job smoothing this out. So it has
Perfect.
been, especially when you get them for like 20 bucks, Hyper 212s have just been awesome for a long time. Way better than a stock Intel cooler.
We have a random question from the
Can you help me
YouTube
finish the
chat.
last part?
Jaren is asking, how do you feel about the live-action Pokemon movie Detective Pikachu starring Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu?
Is that real?
I think so.
It's hard to tell
actually.
because Ryan Reynolds is he's just, the amount of smack he talks, you don't know. It's like listening to me. You don't know if I'm telling you the truth because you're just like constant flow of like, he's just pulling my leg. Well, Ryan Reynolds,
He'll do anything, really.
he'll do anything. How'd you like to be, what's his face, Logan? What Wolverine? What's his name?
I know who you're talking about.
I can see
He's
Hugh
Australian. Hugh Jackman. Yes.
Hugh Jackman just must like, his life must be terrible. He like walks out the front door. He's afraid Ryan Reynolds is gonna like jump out of the bushes with some ridiculous thing in camera, you know?
Also, Jose's asking, when will we review the HP G5 with the Xeon that we unboxed? Dan is working with Gordon to do benchmarks, and he's been using the HP, and I've been using a Lenovo ThinkPad P.
With the 8850.
P1, something like that.
So just PSA, you
P5.
really should torque these things down. I got out my Swiss Army knife. That's
Really a
joke.
Leatherman.
And I really just kind of torque these down a little bit. You don't want to go so much that you dig into the motherboard, but you want enough so when you remove your heatsink, if you have to, you're not going to back those damn things out. So.
All right. Which way do you think I should put the fan on? For orientation.
Well,
Logo.
you want the logo.
So I probably
to
just.
be
And
correct.
yes, we are drinking beer. I've already finished my
The logo's gonna go this way. Which side do you?
my delicious.
I hate it when they don't have
Lagunitas
directions.
IPA.
I know they always say it blows this way, but
Cheers.
which way's out?
Are we doing this again?
Well, why don't they put the damn? They used to put arrows on these stupid
Oh
things.
no!
This is apparently
Brad says it sucks in, right? This way, Brad.
All right, let's hold on, Brad. Brad, can you advise us on how to find which way the fan goes?
Everything would blow through.
I was like, but I'm laughing too hard. How many builds have we done this? And we're like,
I'm actually
wow.
surprised they don't do reversible fans. The fan speed, you can change the speed, but you can't reverse the direction of the fans. That'd be interesting.
So let's
I don't
see.
think I've seen that.
Trying to think about the case itself. I think, yeah, so there's definitely
Arctic
intake
Freezer
from this
Extreme
way, so we
V2
can probably want
cooler.
to keep
What?
intaking, right? Exhaust out the back, so we want it mounted this side then.
Oh, that looks huge.
It's really nice. It just snaps right in place. You're gonna have to put that on after though.
Oh, am I? Oh, that's
You
right.
can't reach the.
And also, Katie B Cat is here. Hello, welcome.
Okay. Should I wipe this off? There's a big
It's
fat
all right.
thumbprint. That's your thumbprint. My
no.
thumb is too small for that.
It was already on there.
So, my friend Mike says the logo is the exhaust,
Right.
but it's not always that way, right?
Yeah, I don't believe
They've
that
started to
is.
change it lately.
right.
We have gotten burned by this before, because somebody did mention that, yes, in an earlier build.
It is reversible.
Oh,
though.
wait. Brad said, oh, crap. He
What?
said the way Elena is holding it, it's blowing towards her. But I don't remember how she was holding it. So, Gordon, hold on to it for like 2 minutes. The way-
Gordon.
What? It doesn't matter. You can't put too much in. It doesn't really matter.
You can't make me laugh when I'm doing this.
For those who didn't get the overhead cam, Gordon was putting... Brad says you can tell by the how the fan blades curve.
What?
And David says it's blowing at you. The way you were holding it, it's blowing at you.
That's a lot of thermal
I
things.
know. We got too much. Crap. Do I have I do have paper towels. Hold on.
You can just. Yeah. Sorry, that was my fault for making her laugh. So wait, so that wasn't me. I didn't do anything. So wait. So this is intake.
No.
This
Listen,
is exhaust.
Listen. Just hold it. Just hold it in one direction. No, the
I'm
other
doing
way.
this so wrong.
Like toward this way.
What?
Like face it this way. There we go. Okay. So
Okay, I'm
everyone
going to
right
move
now,
this out of your way.
the way Gordon is holding it, you've seen a couple different views of it. Which way is the correct way?
Thermal paste.
I have to redo this.
You really are trying to basically become a meme. You know what? Fame, infamy, doesn't care. Does not care.
I'm redoing this. Because
All right.
No, just take a little off. That stuff is not cheap. We're wasting it.
Brad
Oh,
has
you didn't use the included stuff either, so okay. Oh, wait, what's Brad saying?
Brad has the definitive answer. The logo side is definitely exhaust side.
Yeah, so typically this suck in, right?
Yeah, that's
so,
what I was saying. Like you put it this way because that way I pull it this way.
So you're gonna blow through the fan, through the heatsink.
And
It is reversible though. You could put this on the other side.
And there's no arrows anywhere.
And there are no arrows because remember when they had arrows? It's like, well, but people don't like the look of the arrows, so they probably took it off. And that's the same reason why all the cables are black, because people don't like the multicolors for the cables. Sucks too.
Did I take too much off now?
You can just spread around if you want, I guess.
I hate doing it that way.
Got a plastic bag.
No, I like this. Just this.
Are you going
Drop
to do
and
the
smash.
center block? That seems like an awful lot of thermal paste, but
Azian is asking about content creation laptops. We're still working on that. We will have a video coming soon.
I feel like that's okay. It's like a P.
yeah, I guess hey, I think you put more on there. I'm just kidding.
You're
I
supposed-
think you definitely want in this day and age, you're going to want discrete graphics and you're going to want 6 cores with hyper-threading.
Well, they're asking
Right.
specifically the HP ZBook X2 G4, which I think is what Dan has. The Surface Pro, the HP Envy with Ryzen 5 2500U, or HP ZBook X360 G5.
What's it
Wait,
for?
the last couple. Well, I would take the Surface Book and throw it out of that list. What's the other one?
HP Envy with Ryzen 5 2500U.
If you don't care about battery life when you're off battery. Oh wait, 2500U. Oh, that's a quad, right? I don't know. So like for content creation, the reason why I would throw out the Surface Book and throw out that Ryzen is because you have an option for 6-core CPU with hyperthreading these days. Decently high clocks, 15-inch with discrete. Why are you going to go for a quad core? Surface Book is a U part, low wattage. Not gonna really. It's definitely not gonna really. It ain't gonna hang at all with the 6-core Coffee Lake part. So the Ryzen is a quad because you're looking at the U. I thought you were looking at the desktop part, and that's the same thing. You're looking at
All right, wish me luck,
quad
everybody.
versus 6 cores, and then the battery life in that U has not exactly been spectacular. So I would definitely go with, like that HP Envy, the XPS 15 or whatever. You're looking at decent. GeForce or AMD discrete graphics. In fact, the new MacBook is a really good laptop these days. What? I didn't even do anything.
What happened?
It's fine. Nothing wrong.
I missed.
She's not. Is
She missed?
drinking?
She's not even drinking.
I've
Not
been
even
drinking.
drinking. It's just Monday.
Someone has a case of the Mondays. Look, you really can't. People get a little too I don't know. I think it's fine. It's fine. Nobody will see.
Maybe she drank
Elaine's got,
before she
the
came
giggles.
in.
She was drinking some pear ale earlier.
It's all the smoke.
Yeah, but why go for quad core? You're talking about content creation,
So somebody said earlier it's okay. We can always edit that part out.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I think
On a live stream, we
Yeah.
totally
Look,
can edit that out.
I think one of the problems they got triggered by the Verge video. But to be fair, look, we all make mistakes. I make them, you make them, Elena makes them, Adam makes hell of them. He makes tons of them all the day. You make them, it's fine. Hey, live with it, roll with it, learn from it. There's no reason to get super triggered about it.
I've broken my fair share of smartphones.
So, and so generally you want to do crossing star pattern, right? Which I am not doing right now, so of course. It's like putting on a lug.
Anyone have any? I'm preemptively getting ready for the pizza order. Anyone have any
Suggestions
requests?
for toppings?
Yeah.
Well, it won't matter because it's San Francisco.
Pineapple,
Mushroom.
Oh, that would be good.
pineapple and mushroom.
Oh,
You don't like
kidding.
mushrooms?
with a pineapple?
Oh.
No,
I don't,
we won't get
honestly,
pineapple.
I
I'm
don't
just
care
joking.
because the best kind of pizza is free.
Yeah.
Cheese pizza.
So cheese and mushroom. What about
Sausage.
Ruru2 says
have some meat.
Korean
Sausage.
barbecue on pizza.
Oh, damn, that'd be too expensive.
Oh, I don't want the pizza at that point. Just give me the
Yeah,
Korean barbecue.
Yeah, but you're not going to get enough. It would be.
I would get enough. You guys wouldn't get enough.
Hookster says meat lovers. Leslie says get the Hawaiian pizza.
You know, I've never really dug Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah, there's a couple of pineapple lovers out there.
You can. Is it snap? I don't think.
You know, actually, we want the wires underneath, right? Because people get by the wires, get offended by the wires.
I am trying to go for a clean build.
And Mikey says anchovies and green olives.
Thanks, Gordon.
Actually, I would totally do that.
I'll just remember for the future. I just need to get a case of severe giggles, and then Gordon will just do all the work
It's not
for
too
me.
bad to. You can get to that. I mean, yeah, you'd have to pull the
It'll be
card
a
out,
little
probably.
it'll be a little difficult
hard to
though,
get to
because
know
like
that too
this
deep.
is easier for us because we're not inside a case.
Well-
but once the motherboard's in a
stuffed
case,
crust.
it's gonna be a lot harder to get at it.
Here's the other issue. Are you
Should
going
I
to
do
clear the
ASMR
RAM?
when I eat the
don't know.
pizza?
I think you should put a stick in to see if
They
it
can't
clears
even
it.
hear
I
If
don't
not,
think
you have to
it's-
reverse the
This is
fan.
kind of the fun part.
Well, I don't have to fill all those gem slots either.
Well, but you know, you don't want to build
Ooh,
it.
chicken Alfredo.
I mean, we should point out that people. If you're, you boy, to make it.
I think
is not
so,
keep
just
outside.
barely. It's like got like barely any space, so
Well, we can reverse it if we have to.
getting the RAM stick
Why don't you
back
just
out
put?
would be
Why don't you
interesting.
just put 2 in?
I say reverse it. It's just not pretty because you're just right. It's such a tall RAM, and those heat sinks.
It's not seated properly yet, though.
Yeah.
Do you want me to try to seat it,
Hey,
though?
You'll never get it out. No, you will. You just pull the fan off. It just looks like
I'm hungry.
you just.
All right, I'm going to start
It's
the
just
order.
Too close.
I don't know.
Although I guess the fan is RGB, so you sort of get your RGB effect with the RAM.
What do you all think? Do you think that that's not enough clearance?
All right, it's
I would move it
it's
because you're
it's
actually
voting
pushing
time.
it,
Is that enough clearance for the RAM? Should we leave it? Should we switch it? Should we only put 2 sticks in?
See, that's how we
Should we order
didn't do
pizza?
this ahead of time. Yeah, I would move it because you're actually, if you look at it, look at the memory, it's actually pushed over a little bit.
It is.
We
It
got one
is.
vote for place the fan on the opposite side.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
So-
No, I can see it. You're right.
No, I can just pull
You-
it straight up.
Can you?
Oh, no, I can't.
You can't. It's blocking it.
Chuck says forget the air cooler and go all AIO.
I would do that next time, to be honest. I just really wanted to try this cooler.
Carlos says it's fine. Francisco says it's too close.
I think it's too close.
I agree.
It's fine.
I'm going to reverse it.
It's
You wanna
fine.
go on to
It's
the next
fine.
steps?
Oh, you're gonna reverse the fan?
So many people say
Well,
it's
because
fine.
otherwise you're basically blowing air through
No way,
to the
yeah.
front of the case.
Yeah. You're just gonna make it an exhaust then.
Ever-
Just to let people know, though, if you are interested, if you have any interest in this cooler, Cooler Master actually includes a second set of brackets. So if you wanted to have 2 fans on this cooler, you can.
Nice.
One for intake, one for
Oh, I see what they're doing. Yeah, so this, though, is a little interesting. You got to move, if you can see, you have to basically move the rubber vibration mount, and hopefully that goes back in place.
So I'm down if you guys are down. It sounds like chat really wants to vote on our pizza toppings.
What?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Why? What?
I don't trust the internet with my
It's just-
dietary
what?
preferences.
Well,
It's not like
maybe,
it's like, oh, yeah, throw some ground up old batteries on there. They're not going to have that
well,
option.
you know,
No,
somebody said anchovies earlier.
Yes, you
Anchovies are
know.
good.
I'm
I mean,
very
they're good
particular.
on certain pizzas.
I'm very particular about what I have on my pizza.
Well, I'm gonna look. Where should I order from?
Where do we normally order from? That place is pretty good.
The New York pizza
I would
place?
prefer somewhere where it's not too bready. I feel like I had Costco pizza the other day and I had way too much bread with that, so I kind of want the opposite experience. Pizza. So, random side note while Adam is ordering, there's this, I guess you can call it a fun challenge that our company does every so often. And basically, it's like a fitness challenge. So for a whole month, you have to, hit a certain number of steps or a certain amount of minutes that you do every day for exercise, and that becomes a certain number of points. And then you can form teams, and there's like a leaderboard. Well, I formed a team here with like 3 other people. Adam's part of it too, and I decided to call us Pizza Army.
Yes.
And Adam asked me towards the end, he said, well, we're winning. Do we get anything if we win? Because I was so excited about us beating everyone else. I said, no, it's just for fun. And he looks at me like I'm crazy. And I said, Oh.
Yeah, why'd you put pizza in the title?
He's like, well, are we going to get pizza if we win? I said, yeah, absolutely. We'll get right on that.
So listen, if there's anyone to trust, would you trust Brad to order your toppings?
70% of me wants to say yes, but 30% of me is just really conservative, Brad. It has nothing to do with you.
Because Brad says clam and pineapple.
Oh, no, you just shot your credibility, Brad. Really,
Nutshell,
clams?
yes, the cases, the giveaways for the case only.
Hey, so here's an issue.
Wait,
No.
Oh?
Go for it.
Oh, go,
Yeah.
oh, you got to go?
No, I'm just trying to figure out where to order this damn pizza from.
So we can talk about
Is
the
it
actual
Mountain
build while
Mike's?
he's doing that.
Diamond Slice? What are all these places?
I don't know.
What's
What did we
Mountain
order last
Mike's?
time? Hey, does someone want to look at our last live stream, the RGB one, and see what the pizza boxes looked like?
Oh, it's the wrong.
It said New York pizza. It's not New York. So one thing is like this is how it's normally mounted.
Right.
So you're basically blowing through the fan.
Intaking,
Here's the
extaking here.
outtake, right?
It's normally that way, with the bracket
Exhaust.
on that side, yeah. So you're
So
trying to
if
reverse
we
it.
reverse it, then you get to this. You get to look at the ugly back of this fan instead of the pretty front of it.
But it's going to be on this side, and you can't really see that anyway.
Yeah? Do we care?
'Cause
Nobody? No issues?
it's gonna be fine because like we're gonna be this way, and this is gonna be pointing out towards the back anyway, and I don't feel like a lot of people are gonna be looking at it from that angle.
Because the other way to do it, I think, is if we leave these little anti-vibration pads off, and just simply, that gets us a little more clearance.
Yeah.
I think it may be enough to where you don't have, then it's prettier, you're blowing through the fan instead of sucking through it, and then let's just see what it looks like.
All right, how about we
Let's see what it sounds like too.
How about we let the chat vote on where we order the pizza? I've got like
Okay.
3 or 4 here that are around 4 stars on Yelp.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
All right, chat. Your options are Soma Pizza, Z Pizza, Fire Trail Pizza, or Biano Pizzeria. Soma
I do like this
Pizza,
black aesthetic.
Z Pizza, Fire
It's not
Trail
like
Pizza,
uniform. There's like
or
grays in there.
Bianco Pizzeria, or Biano Pizzeria.
Let me move the cables out of the way.
Yeah, see now we're actually, that removing the anti-vibration pads buys us about 1.5 millimeters of space.
How come it's so loose though? I don't think it's meant to fit that way.
Well, I haven't put all 4 screws in.
Oh really? But
So that, you can mount it that way.
You can, but I'm still worried about this because you don't have the vibration pads anymore. Because it's right here, I worry that it's going to hit that and it cause a rattle.
It shouldn't rattle, but you know. These
No,
pads
right
are
here, 'cause
really
it's-
thick.
Well, no, because it's touching right here still. I worry that the fact that it's up against something will allow you to hear it rattle, as opposed to it being able to move with
So
it.
you would rather have the ugly look at the back of the fan?
I'm saying I
Hold on.
would rather.
Brad says that doesn't look like the right way to install the fan.
Wait, what? That's
Brett-
the way it was mounted originally.
I don't know.
Let's check the manual.
Also, it looks like most of the chat is behind Fire Trail,
Is it just because of the name?
and also in honor of Gordon's shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, Brad, this is what the manual says.
Hold on 1 second.
Wait,
I
I
gotta
went
switch
wrong
to
way.
my app.
Whoa,
You went the wrong way.
I went the wrong way.
Just hold it. There you
Oh,
go. Let me zoom in and center. There we go.
Ah.
Right. So
Lift. Push forward.
Wait, which way?
Push forward. There we go. Yeah.
What?
Too far.
Yeah. So yeah, you look at the pretty part of the fan.
All right, Brad, I'm moving it now.
All right. Brad says, no, that's right. I thought you were mounting in the rear over the I/O.
No. Well, we're thinking if we want to reverse it, we want to, because otherwise it's going to blow air through the cooler to the front of the case. So since we're moving it from the front and it's hitting the ram to the back, we have to reverse the fan itself so that we're sucking air through and blowing it out the back, so we have a direction with it. Right?
Also, I got an email from Steam that I have an item on my wish list on sale. Wreckfest. Has anyone played Wreckfest?
Are you not putting the vibration pads on the back?
They go on afterwards.
Fire Trail
Or
Pizza.
do they?
They go on the outside.
Do we just want to keep it simple?
What are
what?
we doing?
The pizza?
Just the meat lovers with some mushrooms. Yeah? Does that work?
Well, did you like pineapple?
No, that was a joke.
What?
That was a joke.
You don't like pineapple?
Oh no, I do, but we don't have to.
Oh, well, why can't we? If you want it.
I mean, but not on a mix. That'd be weird.
I feel like meat lovers is really, really heavy.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could just go pepperoni. They also have a pesto, red pepper, and goat cheese.
That sounds really heavy.
All right. Do you like pepperoni, margarita, cheese, or sausage?
I like pepperoni, I like sausage, not typically together, because it gets really heavy for me, really greasy. I'm good with pretty much anything else.
Gordon,
Yeah.
you have any preference?
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay. I'm just going to get a large 14-inch pepperoni pizza
With mushroom?
with mushrooms. Add mushrooms.
Boy.
Would
I
you like
could have mounted
toppings?
it that way, but I think it's fine. I'll just do it this way. For the cables.
Yeah, it would have been better the other way, but whatever. This will be hidden.
Well, that would be, yeah.
Oh, that's weird. It
I
doesn't
can always
have
change it later when I'm doing the cable routing.
it doesn't have mushrooms on here.
Oh, sadness. You might actually have to call a person and ask.
There we go.
Yay, it's finally
So
installed.
now we're doing a.
Exhaust. Okay. I think we're done with the board, so it's time to pull off the case finally. Cool.
All right, should I call live on air?
No, don't do that to the poor pizza joint person.
No, that's fine. We're not going to troll him right now.
No, but not everyone likes to know
Oh,
that
I see
everyone's
what you
hearing
mean.
them.
It's not classified information.
It's just really,
Just a
it's just
pizza.
awkward though. Like I was taking a lift home yesterday because my bus wasn't coming, and this guy gets a phone call, and I assumed it was like another, like another rider or something because it was a shared lift that I was in. And he's like, "Do you mind if I take this?" I said, "Sure." And it's another driver, and they just start like shooting the stuff together, and I'm just sitting there like, "This is kind of awkward." Like I'm just sitting here listening to your conversation.
So you gave 2 stars?
No, he ended up saying that he was really hungry, so I gave him my snacks and then I left. I've had to do that before, working a shift while hungry, and it sucks because you can't stop. Not specifically Lyft, but
Well, but did he have a conversation about being hungry?
Well, he was just, like I said, shooting the breeze with this guy, and he mentioned, he was like, "Man, I'm so hungry, I haven't eaten all day," so I just dig in my bag, and I was like, "Here, have some Kind bars. Goodbye."
Wait, the Kind bars from work?
No.
All right, if we order from a different pizza joint, we can get you mushrooms.
No, it's okay. If chat wants us to eat there, I'll eat there. I don't have to have my vegetables. Although technically, I guess mushrooms aren't like really vegetables.
Actually, wait, hold on. This place doesn't have mushrooms either.
What?
What the hell?
What?
Oh no, it does. Button mushrooms or shiitake mushrooms.
Button. All right, so the case usually involves a little bit of maneuvering, and I'm trying to be extra careful because
You need help?
this is going to somebody else afterwards, so I can't damage the shipping box.
Large or extra large?
I actually brought lunch today, so I won't eat a lot of the pizza.
Excellent. I mean, really, it's the best deal, isn't it?
Yeah, we
That's
can share.
true.
Add to cart.
If anyone wants to see, this is the box. The outer box. You can see that it says Craft on it.
Curved 2. Curved
It's number 2
02.
because I think the first case is the PUBG case. So this is a limited edition case. There's only 2,000 that were made. I think we have something like 1,900, 1,800.
You can tell on the inside, yeah. Do we want a salad or something with us?
No.
I'll leave it to you guys to decide about salad. I'm not a big salad person. It makes me feel like a rabbit.
All right.
Gently. So I have a question for you. When I went off to get the screwdriver, did I actually make my mic go muted?
I muted it.
Okay,
But
good.
you also did too.
I
so,
did,
yeah.
good, because there was a lot of swearing
Yeah.
when I was in the side room.
I did it just in case.
Thanks.
I got you.
A lot of swearing.
Oh, I need to update my credit card. God damn it. Hold on. Just do PayPal. It's taking forever.
Yes, on multiple levels. I feel like if I had more energy, this bill would be going faster.
I've got the RGB's running off of a Molex. I plugged it all in.
Oh, did you? Thanks.
There we go. All right. Pizza is delivered.
Yeah, there's a little controller that comes with the fan. Did you
Yep.
hook that all up? Cool.
You got it? You need help?
Yeah, maybe I'll let you do this one just because obviously my grip strength isn't as good today. Thank you.
The moment everybody's been waiting for. This really cool case.
The brackets.
Don't break it, dude.
That's all right.
But yeah, here's the Coca-Cola case,
It's not
everybody.
all right. We're sending this to somebody.
This is what we're giving away. So this is NZXT's H700 case, just with a special custom paint job.
There's questions on, is it a full tower? Is it a mid tower?
This is a mid tower.
Well,
it says on the
technically it
case.
says mid tower.
These days it's mid or full. That's a full tower.
This is I would say this is on the larger end of mid tower, but when you insert the motherboard, which is a full ATX board that we have, you can definitely see that it fills the whole space, and I feel like that's
Can we see the other side real quick?
when I'm done taking off the
Oh,
tempered
okay.
glass. Yes.
Oh yeah, because you haven't peeled yet, have you?
I have not peeled, and I actually will not peel.
Oh yeah, we should leave it
I'm
for
going to
them.
leave that to whoever actually wins the case.
Also, somebody was going to be really upset when we did the unboxing video if we opened the bobblehead, but no, we will not open the bobblehead. That is for the winner because it comes with a bobblehead.
I think it's a blind box, so I feel like whoever wins it should have the joy of, discovering what this.
It's not
the
sealed
one-
though, is it?
I mean, it's got the tape on it.
Oh, it's got tape on there. We can steam the tape off, open it up, and then put it back.
We'll just ask the winner to tell us what the bobblehead is. We can take a picture. So it comes with these brackets. That's what was making all the racket when we were moving the box around.
Rickety
the brackets
racket.
are making the racket.
If you didn't watch our unboxing video, one of the things that stands out to me is that this is a matte finish, not a gloss. And I was really surprised by that because I was actually expecting more of a gloss finish because I was thinking more of that like Coca-Cola cherry red
yeah.
kind of glossy finish.
Push it forward a little more.
Sure, I can do that.
I can zoom in on the matte finish on the top, right next to the front ports.
Yeah. And it's got this like fake weathering in the paint job. Like it is not texturally so, but it has like just the image of it.
And this little thing is a little.
Yeah, there's a little fake weathering. Touch those again, Elena. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fingerprint resistant.
Yeah.
A little bit more so, yeah.
Yeah. I think it still works even though it's not glossy.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right. And
And
yeah,
what are we
the
doing
inside is really pretty. The right, it's red, white, and black.
Oh, you know what? Should we put? Oh, I forgot the build mat.
The what?
And David's asking if you could show us the Blue Mountain on your beer, Gordon, just so they know it's cold.
Blue Mountain?
Yeah. Is it blue?
No, really?
Yeah. It's blue when it's cold and it's white when it's warm.
Oh wow, I had no idea. That's really cool. This is the greatness of America, folks. Coors Light that tells you it's cold.
All right. Also, Yanni, Hani, I don't know. I wonder where Gordon installs his optical drive in this one. Yeah, because this has no
If it was
front
Gordon,
door.
so if it was Gordon, I'll tell you how he does it. He's going to probably try to put it in a drive cage somewhere, and then, or he's just going to leave the side of the case off and just tape it to the top. That would be Gordon.
That would be funny. No, he does have an external USB drive that I know he uses. So
Right, so I want to show you all something that I really think is nice about the H700.
what is it?
So I can do this without damaging anything. To get this side off, you just press this little button right here.
Oh, nice. I like that. I like it. Oh, let me mute Gordon's mic. Oh, there we go. All right, he's back. He's back.
What's up?
Saint Michael 69 on Twitch says Matt lasts longer in the wasteland.
Oh, probably does. That's
There you
true.
go.
All the radiation. What is happening here?
We totally forgot to use this. I feel bad. And then
Oh,
also,
is that the Gamer Nexus building mat?
this is a Gamers Nexus build mat.
Dude, that's awesome. I didn't know
I think
he,
it's made. They're basically made by Mod Mats, which are pretty awesome too.
I didn't know he sent us one. Thank you. Thank you so much.
There is our anti-static strap.
Oh man, we should have been wearing that the whole time.
So I have a question for chat because in the unboxing video we did, we got a lot of comments from people. Well, not a lot, but I did get some where they were saying that they didn't like this white aesthetic, that they wish it had been black. I'm kind of wondering how everyone's feeling on that.
Just black on the shield? Or
Yeah, the black on the shroud for the
shroud?
power supply.
Well, so we can use this mat because we don't want to scratch it. And the reason you have it, ready?
Oh yeah, good call.
Oh yeah.
Do it. Reveal. Yay! Thank you, Steve.
The only problem, I think, is where you attach the anti-static strap. If you're going to really do it, if you're really going to use it, it does come with an anti-static strap. You plug it in. And that is this.
Oh my goodness.
You want to
this-
make sure you don't want to run your case over the attachment point for the anti-static strap. Ooh, yeah, so it's been rolled up for a while, so we're going to put some stuff on it.
Yeah.
And put that over there. Look at that. That really classes the joint up.
Yeah. Let me do the overhead real quick. Hold on.
Look at that, it's just classy.
There we go. Can we? No, that's fine.
Oh no, let's just go over this. This is a Gamers Nexus build mat. I'm pulling out the anti-static
is nice.
strap part. You know, clearly if you, yeah, isn't it? What I really like is you get your pinouts. Because again, all the power cables these days, everything's black. So you have no idea what's on there. I'm guessing Steve must have said, you know, I want these features, his logo of course. And you get your little anti-static
this too.
strap thing. Let's see. So I would probably leave this on even if you're not going to use the anti-static strap, because otherwise, I don't know if you can see here, but there's just metal snap. And if you leave that exposed and you run your beautiful limited edition case over that, you will be crying in a corner.
Yeah.
So probably leave that on there.
Or you could probably just put some electrical tape over it.
Yeah.
So thank you, Steve. He sent this to us, but people are asking how much is this? Does
I
anyone
don't know. I'll have to look it up, and I guess you run the ground. Oh wow, it's legit. You're supposed to run that actually to a ground,
Clip it to something.
and then you're just going to run this to yourself, and then.
Somebody's asking if there was any of Steve's long hair wrapped up in it.
No, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? That's fine. I will find out how much it costs.
And Ruru2's asking, is this live stream sponsored by Gamers Nexus?
Brought to you by Gamers Nexus
No, but-
and Disney.
but not
It is
officially
brought to
sponsored
us
by Gamers
By
Nexus.
Gamers Nexus, there's no legal liability of Steve.
And Ruru2 says it's $100 shipped.
$100 ship. Okay.
And Brad confirms.
Oh, I like this. Look at this. This is some cool stuff. He's basically showing, I'm guessing, the die configurations. So you want to run your thermal paste up and down. Threadripper, you want to do your X. And then this is for you to put your video card on.
Oh,
To
interesting.
be cool. I don't know why, but you know, hey. But the nice thing is,
Why not?
Steve has figured out the optimal placement for your thermal paste. He does have your M.2 measurement for people. I mean, 22 is the most common, right? 2280.
Yeah, 2280 is the more common one.
Nice.
This is interesting because I haven't really gotten really deep with different types of application for thermal paste. I'm just used to doing the big old like
The big old blob works
Yeah.
too.
smash and pay.
Yeah. But it's nice. You're not worried about scratching up your table surface, and also you're not worried about hurting your hardware. We're not going to scratch this on this rubber
And
surface.
since we are giving away this case, we definitely don't want to
And the
scratch
problem
the
is,
case.
there's no place to put your beer, as I've noticed. It doesn't have like a place you're supposed to put your beer.
Little
You just put
holder.
it like over there, like the Threadripper spot is large enough.
Or Skylight X.
Actually, no, look, it actually covers the whole thing.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect. All right, here we go. This is number 1864 of 2000.
Oh yeah, let me zoom in on that.
I don't think you'll be able to see it because it's
No,
off
you
to the side.
kind of
right
see it
here.
a little bit.
You got the mounting kit out?
No, I haven't pulled out the accessory box yet.
I gotta say, too bad this camera
Okay, I
quality
just
is
saw it. Where
bad
did I put it?
because
Is it in the drive
it is
Oh,
fun
it
to
is.
control it.
So that means I can pick it back up. I got distracted with the mat.
Oh, Renee says video card drawing is for putting screws when you disassemble a card.
I don't recommend that you disassemble your $1,200 2080 Ti. Unless you're Steve or you don't care. Like, I can do it because I'm not going to cry too much. This would be a review board, but I think consumers probably would be voiding their warranty. I'm not sure, but there's a good chance they're going to say, did you mess with it?
Right, so right now I'm just pulling out the styrofoam that holds everything in place down here so it doesn't rattle around.
And John on Twitch says beer and computers. What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong? Maybe some water.
Nothing.
Beer's not conductive, is it? That was a joke, by the way.
Is it?
Bobblehead?
The bobblehead's over here.
And just to remind
that is the
people,
bobblehead.
on Wednesday when Fallout 76 comes out,
Here's the bobblehead, everybody.
You will be playing it on this machine?
yeah,
that's the whole
well,
point.
I mean, as long as we can get it to run,
So, see, this is sealed right here.
it is sealed. It has not been
you have-
tampered.
This is Series 3. You have a choice between big guns, medicine, arms crossed, luck, small guns, and science, apparently. I'm not sure which one this is. I think this is a blind box. All right. Oh, no, you don't have to do that. You just put
Oh,
your
really?
hand back here and
Oh, good.
And yes, we will be streaming it on
Did you?
YouTube and
I
Twitch.
loosened the top.
I was like, why is it moving?
It was really,
They're just getting out all the extra components, accessories from the shroud.
Yay, more manuals.
And Saint Michelle's asking, is this case red or burnt orange?
It is red. The lighting here might be making it look orangey, but it's actually a very, very, very distinct red.
yeah, definitely red. It does look orange, though, in the light.
Yeah, it does look a little orange in the light. No, this is like your quintessential Coca-Cola red. Hopefully no lawyers are going to descend on this video after saying that. I don't know if you've all seen it, but there's a really cool motherboard cover that goes with this. It's sold out. They only made 50 of them, which I think is really, really strange.
Yeah, it's
For
not.
their own motherboards. NZXT
Yeah.
is making its own motherboards.
Yeah, so it's for, I think, their N7 motherboard, and it's also Fallout themed. It's gorgeous. I asked if they had one of those for us too to pair with this build, and they said no, they had no more.
They said, hell no.
Looks like the standoff screw's already in there.
Does this light up? Is this LED? Oh, it is? Yeah, yeah. That's beautiful.
Right
The
here?
NZXT logo lights up.
Yes, so we can you can use your $300 to advertise for them. $400.
Wait, the
$300.
logo on the
$299.
shroud?
Yeah. So this shroud right here actually lights up. And look, there's a LED. There's
Nice.
power going to it.
Did I say earlier this was $399? It should be $299.
Well, this case.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Okay. So standoff screws, looks like they're all there.
You need one. So what I like to do, folks,
What do you like to do,
you
Gordon?
cut up the holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you have no short-term memory, write it down on a Post-it note. You need to mount, if you have 9 mounting holes on the motherboard, you need to use 9 there. Right? You don't want to use 8 because that means one of them may be jamming up into a contact in the back of a motherboard. It shouldn't be, but there is that chance. So 9 holes, you should apply 9 screws.
This is interesting.
This has a center peg, so
Yep,
we're going to
this one
apply
has-
8.
Yep, this
Oh,
one's
I
a
love
peg.
center pegs. You gonna do this? You put motherboard in?
You
or
can do it.
You're gonna do fans.
You can do it.
No, I'm just wondering if we're gonna do fans
Well, actually,
or
I actually think you're right. We should probably do the fans because I want to pull these out and put in the RGB ones. So let's see, I got a 140 on the back, so can you grab the 140 for me? Thank you. Yeah, so this case accommodates quite a few fans. There's 3 120s right here. You can still mount either, I think, 3 120s or 2 240s on the top, and then you can do a 140 in the back. You can also have the option to put 2 140s in the front instead of 3 120s.
Huh, you gotta pull the front of the case off to get to those fans. though,
Can you
right?
do the thingy for me? I have to do what?
You have to pull the,
Top off to get to the top fans? Yes, I do.
are you gonna put them on top or the front?
I'm gonna do both.
The front has to come out, I think.
Yeah. Right, so hopefully we can do this without damaging any of the paint. That's my biggest worry.
Yeah, that's. You want me to do the back one? You can work on the fronts?
I'm just trying to figure out where the release is for these. Let me look at the manual.
And just so Chad knows, I'm doing something fun. I know a lot of you have already entered to win this case. Thank you very much. I just added a special thing to this giveaway. If you go back in there, you can have a chance to get an extra entry for all you lovely people who have stuck with us this long. There's a question that is asking, what type of beer does Gordon like to drink on stream? You put in an answer and you get
That's
an
a trick.
extra.
Well, do you work at the DMV? That is a trick answer.
No, you like to drink that on the stream?
I like to drink free beer on the stream.
Oh, okay. Well,
But you're right.
Okay, you know what? Listen, you can put anything you want, but there's only 2 correct answers. One of them is Coors Light, and one of them's free. So go ahead and put in your extra entries now, because you'll get an extra entry there for. Once again, thanks for sticking with us. These streams
Fans lose.
tend to last a while. And yes, the answer is either Coors Light or free.
It says this comes out from the bottom.
I do like the fact that it tells you if it's cool or not. That's a pretty cool feature.
And no, Zach, that answer will not count.
Did you say Heineken?
Nope. He said something I can't say.
Yeah. Well, I guess pretty much I'm going to guess that's related to the quality of Coors beer.
Yes, correct. And somebody says Sam Adams, but no, that's what Brad drinks.
Brad does like
during
Sam
the live
Adams.
stream. Not
Oh.
Gordon.
I wonder if anyone actually knows what I like to drink. Don't tell them. I want to
okay.
see if anyone actually knows.
See, there's no damn direction on these damn things.
I think you still go by the logo, man.
Yeah, I know, but it's just, why don't they, is that just because they,
Also,
do you care about the
I do
where the
care.
wires go?
I do care. I feel like with a case, you're going to spend this much money on a case, you have to care about aesthetics.
So I'm going to mount
Or
it
you
this
should.
way. We're going to run the fans up and over and
Yeah.
out, but I guess you're going to need,
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
well, you need this for your
Actually, let me look
RGB
at-
is going to have to go through
Let
the
me
back.
look at the fan, the pins here. Yeah, I have a couple pins at the top that I can use. Sorry.
also, Brad, I could just Slack you personally, but I'm just going to do it live on air because we have some time. If you don't mind putting together a giveaway tweet mentioning the giveaway and linking to the
Oh, that's what I
Gleam
forgot to
thing.
mention. So the giveaway doesn't includes this case, and then NZXT also was really awesome, and they included a Hue 2 kit. So that's their RGB lighting system. So it comes with a controller and I think 4 light strips. So we'll be
nice.
giving that with this case to whoever gets it. However, just keep in mind that if you go with NZXT lighting, and you want it to be this all like continuous system, you'll have to get an NZXT motherboard too.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Brad, once you make that tweet for the giveaway, announce it, or never mind, I can do it. We have some answers for what you like to drink, Elena.
Okay, let me hear them.
Tequila,
No.
Appletini,
No.
whiskey,
No.
kombucha,
No.
pina coladas with the umbrella.
Sometimes, but not really.
Hard cider.
Oh, who's that?
That was T Swift on Twitch.
Fist bump, man.
Boom.
Or lady.
Wait, it's Taylor Swift? I did not know Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
liked to
Taylor
build her
Swift
own
was
computers.
watching. Yes.
So it says that this comes out from the bottom, but I don't really see a release, or do I have to squeeze the pins, or what?
So somebody's asking about the monitor for this build. We're just going to use what we have around, but the 2080 Ti is going to be able to push 4K, so that's what we're going to try to do.
So I'm looking right here, panel removal. You just press on the pins?
Yeah, but it's, you gotta, boy.
Rusty's guess was Long Island iced tea.
You know, the funny thing is, I do like them, but I don't touch them anymore after I learned in college how quickly they and swiftly they hit.
What about Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Okay.
What about Jaeger?
Jaeger's good.
No.
It's so sweet. It's like candy. How come you don't like it? It's like black licorice.
I think it's like,
Because I don't like licorice.
it's like, Jaeger to me is like cough medicine,
Don't like licorice.
which is every parent's trick to getting your kids to sleep. I'm just kidding. You're not supposed
Cough
to do that.
medicine. You just drug
That's
your
just
kids.
the joke. That is the parent joke.
Are we
that
doing
all
this
kids.
right?
Well, I just don't want to. I don't want to tweak it. So like this one, check it out. It's already coming loose.
It is, but I'm being ultra careful with this because
Yeah.
I want to try to get it to
We
the
want it
next
to
person
get it to the
nicely.
actual owner in pristine. Why don't we?
Do you need me to push
I'm
this
just
back
gonna
in?
put it on its side. If I
Okay.
can get this one loose. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. This is not the best system.
Not too bad though. I've seen
Not
worse.
horrible, but there we
We got
go.
those loose. Now I'm gonna flip it over, and then we're gonna do that side.
Can you take it out? Okay. I think this
What's
is
nice is this mat keeps it from scratching. Available from Gamers Nexus.
just 3 installments of 33.
Yeah. Might as well say
Yeah.
33,
Good.
34.
Not too bad.
Thanks, Gordon. Oh, and then here's the dust fan, or the dust filter rather.
As though they do anything, but
No, they do, man. I remember my very first
cats.
build.
Kitty
Yeah, my
cats.
very first build. I used to
then
get a
the top
lot
one
of
comes
dust and
I
hair,
think we gotta do the same thing with the pins.
pull
Although,
that.
and I'd have to clean it every couple months.
Are you just gonna do these?
I'm also doing the top as well, so I'm gonna take off
How
the
many
top
pins do you
pan.
have?
I don't have all of them that I want, but I know I'm going to be changing out the top. And you can't take the top panel off until you take the front off anyway. So,
So you do want to remove the top?
yes, please. You're so little. The 120s. I do wonder how you're going to get the ones that are right up against the. Yeah, that one looks.
I think it just. Yeah, that's.
Oh,
There we go.
Careful.
cool.
Whoops, wrong camera. That's one I want.
There we go.
Is this
Got it.
stuck? Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Cool.
Oh, wrong camera.
All right, so I think the plan for today is I'm going to put the 3 on top, and then that way the top's settled, and then I can put in the additional fans I get here once they arrive, because I didn't get the whole set.
Okay.
A little bit of a mix-up with the what I requested. That was my fault.
Alrighty.
Oops.
Oh,
Thanks. Oh, look at this. They come individually sleeved. That's fancy.
Controllers. Ah!
dude, careful with your knife, man.
You know, it's been so dry, I've been dropping stuff.
How does this sprouting work? goes down and then over.
So in the box, you get the controller. You get, SATA power. Interesting. Oh, right. So the Cooler Master cooler uses Molex. This uses SATA.
All right. Gonna guess. Do I want this to be exhaust? No.
Well, yeah, you typically want exhaust
Okay.
up top.
So I'm gonna flip that logo side up
Oh, whoops, man! I totally,
then. Yeah.
I messed up the Gleam giveaway.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Because the thing is, there's no venting, so it's all gonna be from the sides. So I'm not really sure how much air you're gonna get for an intake.
Should be H700. H700.
Well, you're blowing out the sides.
Right. And I guess heat rises.
I
so
guess you could suck air in
Well,
and out.
it doesn't
but-
really make sense either because heat rises, so I should probably just exhaust. How am I supposed to route these cables?
Yeah, Brad just corrected me. I accidentally put the giveaway name as the N700. That is not correct.
What is it?
It's the H700.
Oh, H700.
So I have to update that in the CMS. 1 second. Do I? Yes. Dang
How
it.
do I mount this?
Edit this again.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry, chat. I am not paying attention to you because I have to do this.
Figure out the cable routing up here.
Well, so that's why generally I think, now there are, again, different philosophies when you build a computer. I really don't care about the cable routing. Cleanup is for later. My feeling is you get it up and running and you post.
Right, but I mean, if I'm going to install the fan, I might as well put it in the
it'd be a
correct
pain
orientation.
otherwise.
Where would I route it though if I'm exhausting? For that matter, how would I route it even if I wasn't? Let's see.
Well, because what's gonna happen is it's gonna suck out from the inside and then supposedly blow it out the sides.
No, I understand that part. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to actually get the cables to route without it drooping or otherwise being in the way. I don't do cable management often. I think I've only really done 1 or 2 systems where I cared. One of them was one of our live builds. I guess I did that. That's okay.
Do you need tweezers?
All right, what do you think? Visually, what do you think of this? It's gonna go like that.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I don't really like that.
I would, since you're gonna be going that way, I would just go full. Well, yeah, that is really,
Maybe this way instead.
that's pretty ugly looking.
It's
How about running? Can you run? Is there enough clearance to run it up and over? Now?
There's no out, is there?
Oh, damn it.
That's what I mean. Like, unless you're supposed to remove this bracket.
No, there's no way. You gotta come in and go out, which is kind of ugly.
Wait, why is there a spring here?
That's for the panel release.
Oh, I see.
Well, how does that look? It's almost better if you turn it a little bit.
That's what I had it originally when
Right.
I asked you what you thought of that.
So, but then you do your next
And
one.
then maybe what I would do is just like get like a zip tie out here just to hold it.
Like that? Just run them both.
Yeah. Maybe this is why it's better to opt for the 240s so you have less cables to worry about. Or sorry, the 2 140s.
And then I guess this front one, you go out the
Look
front.
at the warranty labels on these. I think I'm
Well, you have to cut those off.
yeah.
Shoot. Yeah, that's just,
It's not attractive.
well, you can clean it up if you take all the slack out of it and, yeah, I would have, yeah. You're also going to have to come down and, are you going to have the run to be able to get to your motherboard, or is this going to be running off a case? Well, here's your controller.
Yeah, might need an extension cable, huh?
Yeah.
All right, as they're doing that, I'd like to announce something new. For those who have already signed up and have already gotten the free giveaway or the free entry for Coors Light for free,
This
as
would
to
work.
what Gordon drinks.
Like this.
I also put in there that if you
that?
tweet out or if you retweet
I might need
the
to get,
tweet
like,
that I
an
have in
extension,
there,
though, for, like,
you
the
get
fan.
another entry.
But you know what? You're going to
just
be
for
running
you.
to this.
Just for you. So go back in there if you want an extra
Yeah.
entry
So that'll be okay.
you might be good
to
shape.
tweet out a
You
tweet.
get a little bit of a.
I hate the way this is drooping down, though.
Oh, no, anyway. This is for RGB, and here's your fan
Yeah.
power.
But still, this is really ugly. I'm not really a big fan of this.
Well, the other thing to do is just not worry about it, and just because once you seal up the top is kind of a pain, but you can wait to seal the top up. You know.
I could, that's true, but. It says warranty void if removed, but these are so ugly. Like, that's kind of a really crap.
That's a bummer.
It's a really crap place to put them.
They don't give you a micro USB cable? Maybe it's somewhere else.
That's a bummer.
And thank you to who in the YouTube chat had me update the description in the
Kinda hide
YouTube
it like
link.
that,
Thank
the
you.
Sticker.
Who is that?
Not great though. Why
Oh,
would
Nutshell.
you
Thank
put
you,
this
Nutshell.
ugly white sticker on there like that. I don't get it.
Well, you'd have to cut it off. I would cut it off. I wouldn't leave it on there.
I know, but then I'm just saying for a normal consumer, like you.
Brad, you are not eligible to win.
There you go.
It's compatible with both ASUS 4-pin and 3-pin Gigabyte.
Yeah, these are compatible with multiple systems, which is why I got the Cooler Master fans. So it's compatible with MSI.
The giveaway
Mystic Light,
ends
I think
in
it's
2
called.
weeks.
Gigabytes, I forgot the name of their RGB system, and then Asus Aura, however you pronounce it. All right, good enough.
You want screws?
Yes, please.
So far we have 74 entries for what Gordon likes to drink on the stream.
Oh, well, I just took off the sticker by accident.
Oh no, no more warranty.
And I can see the answers right now. Somebody said Bud Light. That is not a correct answer.
But what if it falls under the category of free?
Oh no, I said either Coors Light or free.
That's true. And the only reason why the Coors Light is because it's here.
Actually, I'll even take Coors. Would you take Coors? Or do you think it's got to be Coors Light?
This video brought to you by Coors Light and Gamers Nexus and NZXT. Blue.
Yeah, there's a couple wrong answers in here. Interesting. Yeah. Maybe somebody entering that isn't watching the stream. Somebody literally said, I have no idea.
Well, they're honest.
Yeah.
Won't get you an extra entry, but I do give you props.
Also, yeah, and just to reiterate, if you go back to the widget, there's an extra chance to enter by retweeting a tweet. Get all those chances in.
What did I do? I looped it. I didn't think it was actually going to stick.
You know, you can do this after too. After it works.
Oh, the parts list. Whoops. All right. Thank you. Who said that? Renee. Let me go change the parts list.
Okay.
I changed the link, but I didn't change the part list.
You know, I've been listening to that song. Don't just walk away, Renee. Four Tops.
What?
Oh,
It's a good song.
Motown. Okay. Screws, please.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Each zone.
Oh, okay.
Also, I had it wrong in the metadata. Look at me. Oh, cancel. Save. Save. Back. Nice. When's pizza here?
Hey, Dan. Oh, you
No,
wanna?
just looking. Okay, these are short. Yeah, just making sure it's lined up where I want them to be.
Sneff is asking why not install the fans inside the case instead.
Well, you're gonna eat into your clearance.
Yeah, and there's actually like a channel for it here, so I feel like it's actually designed this way for it. I don't know if you can see that in the camera.
Gonna top
Like
you?
there's like a little
Like a little lip.
like a lip for it. So
Yeah. I think, and then plus, I mean, you could, I guess, but then you're screwing through the case into the fan.
And he's. What beer are you on? Everyone in the chat's wondering what beer you're on, Gordon.
This is number 2. I think it's actually the last beer we have.
you're ready on number 2?
Although we do have stuff over
We have
the
some
other side.
Milwaukee.
Really? Oh,
Milwaukee's
Milwaukee?
best, yeah.
That's good. Nothing snooty. See, nobody even gets that line. Nobody here gets it. Give me old Milwaukee. Nothing snooty. No? True Detective. It was
no.
an incredible.
Sorry, haven't seen it.
Oh my God! The first season was.
He's gonna walk out on us now.
It was an incredible miniseries. Woody Harrelson and what's his name? He always whistles. Who's in Interstellar? Damn, what's his name?
Whistles?
When he talks.
So somebody's saying that oh, look, there's screws. You can actually take that out.
Take what out?
Did you know that? The little thing that we're attaching.
The mount? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
But I don't think you necessarily need to.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel like it's
No, I
not
wouldn't
as
have
really
it complicated.
necessary. I mean, yeah, it was really easy too as well. Like you've got these thumb screws right here.
Yeah.
So I could do that, but honestly, with my tendonitis is flaring up a little today, so honestly, my grip strength, it's actually nice to have a bigger frame to like brace off of.
What's also nice about this case, I want to point out, is that the panels come off very easily. The front, the
Oh,
top.
yeah.
It's, you know, they
Matthew
basically
McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
Because it's the panels come out. You know what I'm talking about? When he talks, he always has that whistle.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But so when it's really, this case is designed for modders or for someone who really wants to paint all the outer edges, the sides, right?
Yeah, this is just a custom version of existing case, so this is just designed with that in mind already.
Yeah, I mean there are pop rivets, so there are certain pop rivets in here, but for the most part, it's pretty easy to paint. It looks like. I mean, not
I see
down
why
everything.
actually I understand why they did this. I'm gonna have to because this bar's in the way. I don't want to have to take that off.
That bar does not come out.
It does, but I think it's a lot easier just unscrewing these thumb screws than to take the bar out.
Side note, supposedly Stan Lee had already filmed 5 more appearances in Marvel Universe films and TV shows, so he will still continue to pop up
Well,
in the days to come.
the way it is, they just digitize it anyway. So
True. And Chathan is asking, does PC World's parent company also own The Verge? I
Yep.
think he's joking, but no, they don't.
well, we do have our issued. I am wearing my anti-static strap made by my daughter last night. See, and we have lots of tweezers right here. That joke is never gonna. See, I need to do something like that, so everybody goes like, yeah.
John is asking, can you turn the brace over so you can install the fans on the inside?
Sorry?
Can you turn the thing over so the fans are on the
I
inside?
don't think so, because there's the way it's mounted. There's like this lip that like goes it hooks up and over. So I don't necessarily think you could turn it around. I'll take a look at it once I get these screws loose. I actually might need you to do it for me.
Yeah,
Gordon,
it looks
sorry.
directional. I don't think you can do it. Man,
Wow, these are really tight. That one.
somebody got really aggressive with their their driver. It's just an electric impact driver or something, but these things are like.
They're in
I will
really-
say somebody had a really bad day at the factory that built these. that day. I don't know whether there's personal issues or problems with their boss, but they wanted to
Personal.
pass on. Yeah, good luck getting these damn thumb screws out.
Also, after you're done with that, Gordon, Theo's asking for an air quality update.
Oh.
They are down in San Jose, and they say it sucks.
Oh, I should check ours.
Yeah, that's why they're asking, I guess. Sorry, I'm in your way.
That's all right. You got it?
I do like this mat. It keeps things from, like the screws from rolling away. All right, so we'll lift this out, and you can see that there's this little lip right here. So I don't think. No, it's okay.
I needed to.
Put it back in.
Well, hold on. Just
Holy smokes.
We up more?
Well, we'll talk about it later. Don't distract people.
All right. Yeah, I don't see how you would reverse it.
so no way to reverse it.
I mean, I don't see how, because like, look, see how there's this.
Yeah, no, you couldn't do it because if you were to, no.
'Cause
it's direct.
Yeah, and the way this is, there's actually a lip in here too, so I don't think it's not designed for it.
Yeah, I would want to mount the fans inside. I mean, I guess it's sort of designed so would you put the radiator inside and then?
I'll move this so that if people want to watch me screw in fans, they can do so.
It is 67.
Inside though.
It would normally be 10. So that's PM 2.5, which is particulate matter 2.5, 2.5 micron. The smaller ones are the ones that stay in your lungs, and then PM 10, I think it's 10 micron, 72. Both of those are not good. And then it also, this little meter will tell me the.
You okay?
Yeah. Ready for pizza.
Yeah, where's the pizza?
So wait, so what size are these fans again?
These are 120s. 120
You
millimeter.
can, yeah, it looks like.
But
Can you put 140s?
You can put
Yeah.
140s in here too. Two 140s or three 120s.
So much thinking goes into cases these days.
I really love how what used to be high-end features have become just standard.
Yeah. I'm about to figure out how much outgassing there is from the this Gamer's Nexus.
Oh, you can measure that too?
Yeah, but it's not going to help because you're supposed to calibrate it outdoors where there's fresh air. But
Well, good luck with that today. What's it in San Jose right now? Outdoors. Air quality?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's
Not good.
Oh yeah, I heard it's real bad for some reason.
Must be the wind
So
pattern.
I don't know if this is true, but Chayton is saying that whole rail is screwed in. You can unscrew it and flip it, and then flip the mount.
Really?
Seems like a double flip.
Let me take a look, Gordon, while I'm doing this.
I mean, we don't need to do
rail
it.
we're working on looks like a single, just folded.
Well, no, the rail in the actual
No, in here.
case.
Oh. Yeah, I guess it looks like you could. Oh yeah, you can reverse it. I think you can. But what exactly? To what reason would you be doing that? Oh yeah, so it's all screwed in. You could, and it looks asymmetrical, so it looks symmetrical, so you could flip it. But why would you? I guess if you want to, and the internals are not reversible. No. Huh. Why would you want to reverse that? What's his reason for wanting to? Why does everybody want to reverse this?
I don't know. I think they just want to know if they can.
It looks like you can. I'm not sure. Gosh.
We will not do it. I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah, I don't know.
T Swift says maybe for wire management, cleaner wire.
Yeah, I don't.
That's true.
And Ruruchi's asking, yes, we are in San Francisco.
Yeah, so the smoke and the air quality stuff we're talking about, if you don't know, there's a big fire. I don't know if we mentioned it this time around.
Very large fire.
Yeah, there's a very large fire about 3.5 hours northeast of San Francisco. And the wind patterns and the fire is just such that we're actually getting a lot of smoke down here. Worse than when there was a big fire a year ago, much closer to us, which is kind of disconcerting. Like the air quality in Sacramento, which is our state capital, which is maybe an hour and a half away from the location of the fire, is like China smog levels bad of air quality right now.
And I looked at it pretty closely. I don't think you can do it. The holes look symmetrical on top, but it looks like it's actually part of the frame itself. So I don't think you could easily do it because there's actually, you can't tell from here, but there's a quick release before moving the back panel, and that is mounted directly to the frame, it looks like. And the rest of it is also molded out of the frame assembly.
So yeah, Gordon has a meter that tells them what the air pollution levels are like, and it's not looking great, even though we're in a building indoors that should already be filtered. I keep getting these updates, text alerts, because I signed up for them about, alerts in the area, and so sometimes I get them for, kidnapping, sometimes I get them for like broken water mains.
And sales.
And what? What? I missed what you said.
And sales.
Okay.
My God, there's been a 7.8 down in Paraguay. But check this out. There's a 1080 Ti for $449. Holy smokes, really?
Oh, they're different
Oh,
alerts.
sale.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Like, no, for your sailboat? No, sale. Good price, deal.
Well, those are different. This is from the actual city of San Francisco that I'm talking about.
Also, I missed the notification somehow, but 6 minutes ago, our driver has left a restaurant. It's on our way with our order.
Oh, pizza.
Pizza. It's supposed to be, the delivery time says estimated for 5 more minutes.
Oh,
We'll
wow.
be testing the mod mats or the Gamers Nexus Builder's Mat resistance to
Pizza.
grease.
And tomato sauce.
We didn't test that out.
I'm sure they did.
Oh, man. So we have somebody in YouTube chat, Dan, who's in Sacramento, said it's pretty bad.
Yeah. It's like, are you guys in like the 200s, 300s? Like, I've seen the pictures. It's really awful.
Also, side note, Ace is asking, what kind of Ray-Bans are your glasses?
These are Wayfarer, new Wayfarers. And they basically, the new Wayfarer is made for huge effing noggins, right? Like, you have to have a head so big, it's got its own satellites. Mike Myers, right there. I was just thinking, could you imagine, like, if you work with Steve? Like, I could imagine, like, Steve Gamers Nexus, like, worked at a pizza joint. Don't you think, like, he was, like, 18 or something? And he would be like, you know what, we need to test the application of the cheese on the pizza. You're doing it wrong. Like, so he would tell you the right way to put the cheese on the pizza to get optimal pizza cheese spread on
I feel
the
like my
pizza.
dad. My dad's totally like that.
Got it? Looks
Yeah,
good?
I'm just spacing them because I'm being OCD about this. Which I probably shouldn't say because OCD is actually a real and very serious condition. Being particular about it.
It's possible you actually have that serious condition.
No, I don't really have rituals or anything like that.
You're looking at these fans for 5 minutes. That seems like a ritual.
Back me up, chat. I'm sure some of you do this too. The spacing. Good.
Yes. Also, somebody had asked earlier, are you a volunteer firefighter, Gordon?
I am not. I support the volunteer firefighter. Every time we go to this place, there's they have a fireworks display at the 4th, and they sell sausage with the shirt. You get the shirt, you get the sausage.
What?
It's a good deal.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, chat is backing you up.
Thanks.
Yeah, that she's OCD by looking at the fans.
Know that they would do this too.
Also, we have somebody just put in a YouTube poll. Who has the nicer, longer hair, Steve from Gamers Nexus or Elena from PC World?
I mean,
Oh.
obviously Steve, because he can let it run free and it stays there and it looks amazing. I have to keep mine out of the way because otherwise it just goes everywhere.
Steve definitely lets his run free. I've seen it in person. I've been close to it. I don't think I touched it. I should have touched it.
Are you talking about yourself or are you reading someone's comment?
No, that's me.
Oh, okay.
That's me. Oh, I'm getting a call. Hold on.
Pizza's here.
It's entirely possible Steve's strength comes
Hello?
from the hair.
So we shouldn't let anyone try to cut it.
Okay, let me come out and find you.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
Do you say smoke? You see smoke?
I smell smoke. No.
Yeah, the whole city smells like smoke. So how much did this whole thing end up costing?
I didn't look. I'm afraid to. I don't know if Brad actually started doing the calculation. Sometimes he'll do that for us.
This is how Elena lets out her deal thing. Just build something that doesn't. I don't even care.
It's kind
2080 Ti, $400.
of true, because I mean, I'm just taking parts from the office. I don't actually have to pay for any of it.
This is like the all-hater build. Because the 9900K and the 2080 Ti. You're just taunting people with this build. That's what I think. It's sort of like,
I'm allowing them to live vicariously through us. That's what I'm doing.
and then he's like, not a problem for me. I got it right here. Why are you complaining?
Okay.
Pizza.
Pizza!
Pizza.
That's a cool art on that.
Yeah, it's from Z Pizza. This build brought to you by Z Pizza in San Francisco. Just kidding, it's not. It gave me mushrooms.
It smells
good?
Do you
amazing.
think this would work? Look. I am actually nervous with that. 'Cause-
Is there any beer left in there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you should probably
'Cause
be
it's
careful with
$1,200
that.
for the thing, if you can get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if NVIDIA would replace that if we told them it's because you spilled your beer on it.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. I feel like, oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game. That's why that phrase is echoing in my brain.
Damn, I need napkins.
Yeah,
It always happens. Where do we get napkins down there?
I'm gonna steal
he's
some.
gonna go probably grab some paper towels.
A package?
They left me all by myself, everybody. Oh, never mind, just kidding.
Yes.
Where's,
I got 2 packages.
you did, what's
did.
this? Are we doing not
microphone.
unboxing?
I know what one
Well,
of
that's
them
an
is.
unboxing.
So be careful what you're saying. I'm gonna try to cover it. But we need napkins.
See, I may.
Oh my gosh, we're at 2.5 hours. I should hustle. I'm going
I
very.
like folding my pizza.
Isn't that how you're supposed to do it in New York? Like don't they get weirded out if you don't fold it like in half like that? Do we have any East Coasters / New Yorkers willing to chime in on this?
Even if they chime in, I can't see the chat.
Whatever, you can go back and look.
I got some napkins.
Thank you, Gordon.
Yay, thank you.
I got a couple boxes.
Really?
One of them, come look who it is. Did it send you something?
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
wonder if it's embargoed.
Would it? Oh. Yeah, don't open that on the stream.
I can open it, but I just won't show anybody.
It is lunchtime on the West Coast, which is why we're all eating pizza right now.
This is actually good pizza. I know you're not supposed to eat on air, but this is pretty good pizza.
Wait, why aren't you supposed to eat on air?
I want to hear you.
Because that's why. They can't hear you when you're talking. Okay. Oh, how come that's dusty? What did I do?
No one?
Oh, maybe that's retail.
No. I hope not.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna put the top back on. Nah, I'll leave it off for now. Okay. So I got these in, I got those in, I got all my fans installed. All right, motherboard time.
So is this machine primarily this is a gaming box?
It'll be a gaming box. Like if we would, like I kind of had the feeling that anyone who would get a case like this probably is you know, into video games to a certain degree.
So the 8700K, 9700K comment is probably pretty valid then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you have to go 9900K for a build like this. It's just that, you know, we have it in the office. And I feel like, because I kind of felt like if someone's willing to splurge an extra, like, what, 150 on just custom paint, so semi-custom paint, limited edition paint, whatever you want to call it, for a case, then they're also going to be willing to spend maybe a little extra dough on certain parts, right?
Right.
The 2080 Ti was not my intent, because when I actually chose the 1080 Ti, it hadn't gone into like very low stock. The prices hadn't gone up yet. So at this point, if you can get a 2080 Ti, it might be the better way to go.
Oh. All right. I don't think I can show these.
Oh, okay.
They didn't tell me I can.
But it's better to play it safe.
Yeah, better play safe.
All right, can you move your box, please?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
I'll get out of the way.
No, it's cool. I just wanted to be able to move this without accidentally knocking over the beer.
All right, now I get to.
Can you move that for me?
What do you want?
This
All right, I'm gonna get one more sliced pizza and then
back to
keep
chat.
the chat going.
Okay.
So, will this play games better than a console at 4K?
No one saw that. No one heard that. I'm not going to answer that question, Gordon, because I feel like answering that is somebody asking you, what's the best CPU? That was a
Brad
delayed
says,
response.
I'm catching up on chat. Brad says, here on the East Coast, some of us are benchmarking and moderating chat while not eating pizza.
Oh, sorry, Brad. Next time you're here, we'll buy pizza. Or you could join the Walktober, whatever they're calling it, fitness challenge. And if we win again, I'll make sure to send you pizza as well.
Also, yes, I do eat really fast.
I eat about that fast too.
But this would actually, the 4K performance and visual quality would be better than a console, I guess.
I mean, yeah. Okay, where are my screws?
No, I don't smoke.
This is what they were calling tweezers, weren't they?
Yeah.
Ace is wondering, Gordon, what's the best CPU?
Ha.
Fact of Reality is asking, is it wiser to wait on the 2080 Ti because of all the issues they're having?
Well, there's warranties. If you can wait, I mean, in technology, the general rule is always to wait if you can. Question is if you can. That is a different thing to everybody. Some people just got money in their pocket to burn. Some people got to have the best right now. Some people are always waiting for the next best deal, the next best thing. So it depends. And the best CPU is clearly the one that is within your price range, that does a job for you, that doesn't cost the most. Necessarily. Because for some people, having a CPU you can show off to your friends is all the value in the world. Oh, yeah. I had to buy the $1,723 CPU because it's the only one they had in stock, right? Oh, that's nice. And for that person, that is their best CPU if you want to troll people. Too much crust. New York pizza is not so much crust.
See, I like crust. I'd go deep dish if it wasn't so greasy. I've had
Zachary's
Detroit
okay.
style pizza, which was like
What's
On
that?
fire?
What's that pizza?
Detroit style. It was like,
What is that?
imagine, you know how a crust is usually raised up higher than the rest of the pizza? Mm-hmm. Imagine if the thickness of the whole pizza was that size, and then the toppings were on top.
It's not a stuffed pizza, right?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I've never heard of Detroit style pizza.
Yeah, I never heard of it either, and then I had it in there was a hipster food truck in Austin that I ate there.
But if they were serving it in Austin, how do you know if it's actually authentic?
I mean, it's
I mean,
kind of
you
like
could call-
there's a food truck here in San Francisco that calls itself the only authentic Philly cheesesteak in San Francisco. and we've had it, and it's not very good at all. I've had better Philly cheesesteak in San Francisco.
So there's Philly cheesesteak, like the Philly cheesesteak restaurant that's been in business in the East Bay probably, I don't know, 30 years and hasn't been cleaned since then. I think it's actually, it's authentic Philly cheesesteak pizza because it's never been cleaned.
Oh, maybe.
It's like when you stir fry, you don't actually clean your wok and get the flavor.
So we're already past this, but I had missed the chat. Taylor Swift was saying earlier that they thought that the fans should go upside down in the top of the case because of airflow. There's like nowhere for the air to go.
Wait,
gets
they
shot
wanted me
up.
to intake, not exhaust, because we ended up installing it as an exhaust.
So it's set as exhaust and there is a solid top on top.
Yep, that's what I was about to
Instead of
say.
the air going out the top, it's supposed to go through the sides. Because there's a little bit of a chamber. It's not completely sealed off. But this is almost its own separate fan chamber on top.
Another question from Bastel, which I got his name right, and I have for a number of weeks now. Go me. Any ideas when AMD's Rome will hit the mainstream market, and what do you guys think? Will it come with PCIe 4 support, or will this be an Epic only feature?
Well, that's a tough one. I think my feeling is, you know, Dr. Lisa Su is going to be keynoting doing one of the major keynotes at CES. Seems like now I have no information, yay or nay, or whether anything is right, but I'm just guessing.
Oh, it does smell like white bread.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a break? We can keep building. You had some pizza?
Maybe.
No. No, but I think into next year, I feel like it's a first quarter part announced at CES. As far as PCIe 4, it's entirely possible if they're sort of lining things up because they have new GPUs coming out. They have PCIe 4 in Rome. I imagine it'd be very easy to put that into a consumer product. It may not be worth it though, in some ways.
Look at all this channeling.
Yeah.
Can you remind us what that motherboard is that you're using?
This is an Asus Maximus 11 Hero.
Wi-Fi.
It's not a cheap board.
Well, I'm gonna keep eating unless you need help.
I'm okay for now. Why is this?
Any other questions?
Yeah, Chathan is asking, why doesn't the old man build the computer? Not very nice.
Because the old man is the one you want to avoid outside the liquor store. Okay? You really, I mean, you always do. I get into conversations with the old person outside the liquor
Here
store.
we go.
sometimes, But that's dangerous. It's just dangerous. I mean, you don't know. You just don't know, right?
So I guess there's a St. Louis style pizza. Have you heard of this?
No.
Carlos says it's a crazy kind of cheese. They don't know. And cracker thin crust, which kind of sounds like San Francisco-ish. I hate
No.
San Francisco like thin crust. Like,
But the thing is,
ugh.
though, that the one time I had pizza when I was in Italy, which might have been a tourist stop and trap, admittedly, it was actually a very thin crust. It was not bready like how we have it here in the States.
Well, it doesn't mean it's good.
I liked it.
San Francisco pizza is terrible.
Gordon,
Most of it.
is there? I can't remember. What's the embargo on this guy?
No embargo.
No? Okay. So should I tell people what I got in the box then?
Oh, is that? Oh my God! Are those really for?
Oh yeah, it was like a
Oh, I thought that
it had
was
like
the
a little
other
note.
box. The other box you can. I don't even know. Like we're like mob guys.
Yeah, you can't even
Hey, you
tell
took care
what's
of
in
that
this
thing?
box.
Oh yeah, I took care of that thing.
No, just
no, the other thing. You mean
This one.
The other thing?
No, this one.
No, I'm talking about that thing with the other thing.
Does anyone want to know what's in box number 1? I should take guesses.
Yes,
Maybe
you
I
should.
should. I will reveal what's in box number 1 if you can guess what's in this box.
Oh, yeah.
Let me
That'll
cut
work.
to me and I'll show you the size of the box. It is not a graphics card. Yeah, it's okay. It's not It's not any
Interesting.
CPU
It's straight into the
component,
Power supply. There's
or
no
not a
rack.
PC
No, no.
component. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
And I will say that the box inside this box is actually pretty small. So this is not accurate representation
Should we
of what's
talk about
inside
it?
the box. Let's just see if anyone can guess what's in this box. Because I'm curious.
Dude, what? There could be Thanos' glove in there. We didn't think you could guess anything. We need to.
Oh, it's a good question. It's a good clue. Raspberry Pi? Nope, not a Raspberry Pi. Oh, yeah. Can we can give you a clue? What's
Yeah.
what's a good clue? It's the 3080 Ti, says Cluck. I will say that this is related to one of our special guests that we've had on the Full Nerd before.
Oh yeah.
We've had a handful of special guests, and this is something related to one of those.
And we did a video
Oh.
on it at CES.
I forgot
We did, yes.
What happened?
that once you pull it out, it.
It is not the Razer phone.
You mean
Because
all the modular cables
This
fell out?
is the Razer phone. I already have it.
So if you had opened that up like on a cliff, like with Laura Croft, all of your power cables would have gone spilling over to the Himalayas.
Oh, we got-
Whereas if you had a power supply without modular cables, they would have stayed on there.
Somebody got it right.
Wow. Pretty good.
Matthew Farrar got it right. It is none other than the Super XFi by Creative Labs. And actually, we have a nice interview with
Mr. Sim?
Mr. Sim of Creative. We went to go meet him last week. It was me, Gordon, and Mike Brown from our sister site Tech Hive to go get a demo and a product. And then, I've been playing around with it actually this whole weekend. They sent me an extra one for review, but we had left with one. And man, I gotta say, we're going to get into this later, and obviously reviews and videos and stuff. But wow, I'm not going to get I don't need to get a sound card any longer, because it is so easy to just pop this into your PC or into your phone, and I like it.
So
I like
you
it a
were
lot.
impressed then?
I was very impressed. I knew the promise, as somebody who has gone to school for audio. I've used professional tools that try to map out, the actual face and ear shape, and use that to accurately represent spatial sound. And they put it in a consumer device. They did it. It's not full featured. There are some things we were talking about that it'd be nice to have them add in later, and it's hit or miss on some content, like music so far depends. But gaming, which I did some gaming this weekend. Oh man, this is great for gaming. I love it. So
Went down.
that is my shill. And yes, it is the Super XFi by Creative. They showed it to us at CES earlier this year, and it was my favorite thing I saw at CES 2018. And I'm glad it's finally coming out.
Should we talk about some of it now?
Brad, real quick, Brad just put in the chat the interview with Mr. Sim. He was an awesome guy. He really cares about sound. And this has been a project he's been working on for 21 years.
Wow.
To get this right, because and we got a lot of chat. We got a lot of comments on this interview that, like, oh man, I've been burned so many times before by the promise of spatial sound and DTS and all this, like, all this stuff that comes out. And it's true, there's a lot of stuff that comes out that is tries to map out spatially. I even had a pair of headphones. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it was or who made it, but there was a pair of headphones that I had 5 separate drivers in the actual ear.
Yeah, I remember those.
To try to get like
They're
spatial
huge.
sound. Oh man, and they just weren't great. It didn't make sense. So the difference between this, so the software has been there. People have had that. The difference between this is the matching the physics of how your head is shaped with that. So if you can accurately represent how your head is shaped, which people might not know, is how the human brain perceives depth is because of your head shape, your ear shape. So if you can match that data with the software, then you're golden. And yeah, they did it. You know, I love it.
Yeah, very
I love
impressive. But I got to say, like, so it was rare to actually care about audio, right? Let's face it. The truth is, PC audio has been dead for a long time. Very few people buy sound card. Very few people care about audio on a PC. Everybody runs USB headsets, which is, you know, a marginal improvement over, you know, really lousy motherboard audio. But
Yeah.
it was actually very exciting to get the Super X5 and then go home. I mostly listen to just music. And so, you know, there's basically USB-C on one side. The other side is a 3.5 millimeter jack. You take a USB-C dongle cable that they include and you just plug it into your Android-based phone. That's USB-C. It's standard USB audio class, and you can just listen to, you know, all of your music that way. YouTube, MP3s. I listen to a collection of everything from FLAC to MP3 to YouTube, because I just wanted to get that feel for what people are going to listen to on their phone. There were just like times where you're just floored by how good it is, and there were times when I was like, you know, it feels like it's a little too much. Like the singer just sort of sank back in, and I was too close to the band almost, you know. And that's why I kind of like you should be able to tune it a little bit. But I definitely feel, I don't know if we want to talk too much about this now, but I definitely feel like things that are too processed, like newer music, didn't sound as good. Songs that I was familiar with that I didn't like, and then I would listen to very old music that you know I'm familiar with, and it was just like it was incredible, you know.
Yeah, and so much of it really depends on the actual material. You know, everyone knows the loudness wars hit us in the 90s. So everything got compressed and crushed, and you know, you took a lot of the spatial information out. But the older stuff, I mean, there's a ton of spatial information there, and what this is doing is kind of letting that be present in the mix.
Yeah.
And it's in a way that I have not heard in a consumer device. But yeah, so and that's the other thing. You take away all this talk, and even if you just use it with the processing off, it's just a good DAC. Like you know, so 150 for a good DAC, awesome. But then you add on top of that all this spatial information. I mean, yeah, especially for games was really like where I was blown away. So
yeah, that's the interesting thing. So for audio, if you hook it up to your PC, I was very curious about how it would work with the ecosystem of the PC audio, but you go to your Windows mixer and you set it to what, 7.1? 7.1 audio. So it should be outputting discrete 7.1 audio on your PC. I showed up, a lot of people would think, oh, I want it set to headphone. But if you set it to headphone, basically all the mixing is done on the computer, and it just sends out stereo output, right?
Yep.
So they want you to output, you know, surround sound, separate streams through USB, and then the Super X5 will take those and then figure the position on itself.
Yeah.
So
it's awesome. Anyway, back to the build, Elena. Do you need somebody to tag you in? Do you need a break? Do you need a
Oh, do you want me to tag
pizza
someone
break?
in?
No, I'm asking.
I could, but Martin doesn't like...
Bastel says the guys are sitting there eating, talking, you know, drinking beer.
People don't know this.
And Elena has to do all the hard work.
You know how people think, like back in the...
Why is it? Keep going.
A lot of people believe in this hunter-gatherer theory. Back in the day, right? People know what that is? The men, they would go out.
Adam's just waiting to see where this goes.
Are we gonna get into this?
Yeah, we're going to go out and get into this because it's simple. It's interesting because the scientists have long believed that there's a hunter-gatherer society very early on. The men would go out and they would hunt whatever for food, right? Mastodons or whatever, as we know from the Land of the Lost. And then the woman would gather berries and nuts to eat, while the men would go out and obtain meat during hunting, where they actually have done studies of ancient fossils, of the dental patterns in the teeth, and they determined, I don't know how they did this, but scientists have long determined that the diet for primordial man and woman was mostly fruit and nuts, which tells you that the men said, all right, we're gonna go get this mastodon. They go like, oh damn, we got nothing, we got skunk. So they're just like out there, sitting around, having a beer, and they get back and they're like, yeah, we didn't get anything. Sorry, did you get any nuts and fruit? Yeah, we got it. And that's what you're seeing modern day now. Elaine's building a computer and we're sitting around here eating the nuts or the pizza.
Well, we don't. It doesn't have to be that way. So if you want us to tag you in, let us know, Elena.
Yeah, I think like in another moment or so.
Yeah.
Do you want to let us know what you're working on?
I'm just getting the mounting shield for the power supply on. And then I'm going to put it in. And then I guess I'll leave it to Gordon to connect everything to the motherboard.
Perfect. He's good at that.
Oh, I like these. These are really.
They're nice.
Thin,
I didn't put in the second CPU cable because I'm not overclocking, so I felt like it's no need to crowd it.
Or are these the custom cables?
Custom-ish, like, I mean, they're still made by Corsair,
yeah.
but these are an additional accessory that you can get for this power supply. I think it's compatible with some of their other modular supplies as well. It's kind of like a middle ground between that and going with a cable mod. It's like actual custom cables.
I like how that. So we're building with a Corsair 750i, RM 750i. I like how it has a fan test button.
So you can test the fan. Do fans really kick on power supplies? I feel like.
They don't anymore.
Also, real quick, Bastel says you're going to leave Gordon to the cable management.
Not the cable management, just the cable connections.
I just want to plug it in and make sure it works. Yeah, so yeah, the fans actually don't turn on most power supplies anymore because it's only under very heavy loads or very high temperatures. So a lot of people, I think they just think the fan is broken because it never turns on. I'm guessing Corsair said, yeah, we're tired of these support calls saying, no, it works. It works fine. It's just you're not using enough power for it to turn on. They must have added a fan button. So you can say, push the button. Is the fan spinning? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's still only on their higher end power supplies. This is one of their more higher end. So at least mid, if not
So
higher.
you have it mounted so you're intaking out the bottom, from the intake from the bottom and then blowing out the back?
Yeah, I don't generally like to block, you know. Yeah, to me that makes more sense because
Yeah.
this is fresh, cool air from the bottom.
You're not sending me to the cooler. Dragon Kurt is asking, how high can a PSU get in temperature?
I mean,
It depends on the
it depends
power
on the
supply.
load. It depends on the ambient temperature in the room.
Yeah, also a lot of power supplies, sort of those questionable ones, if you look.
You mean like the ones that you get for included with the case that you like so much, Gordon?
It's either have something or nothing. I don't know. Some people would like to have something. Anything to prevent you from buying a console to play your game. If I have to take the free power supply, I will.
All right, anyway, you're saying, sorry.
Oh, I will say I was using the Super X-Fi on my Switch and PS4 as
Oh, were
well.
you?
So I did try that on
Oh,
consoles.
how was it?
Yeah, you know, they showed us the Switch version at the little demo thing, so I just played more of it at home. And it's weird to think like having a handheld, you know, it's a little different experience. Like you're trying to mimic the 5.1 surround setup, but in handheld mode, nobody would ever have that. So there was some kind of brain
that's kinda
disconnects.
cool, actually.
But no, it felt like I was dropped inside of it. It was much more immersive.
Right.
That's
yeah.
actually really cool.
So-
I would try that.
Yeah, that was.
I still haven't gotten a Switch yet, though, because I can't justify paying, $300 plus, another $60 for the game that I want to play. I only want to play one game, maybe two.
Wow.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild, man. There's on the fun stuff.
Just one little nugget on the power supplies. One thing you want to be aware of is sometimes when they have sort of lower quality power supplies, They may say it's 650 watts or 700 watts. They usually will use elevated temperatures or very low temperatures, like as though you were operating it in Antarctica. And then because with the lower temperatures, they can actually put out more power. If it were, say, 75C or 80C or something.
And its efficiency at under ideal conditions,
Yeah.
right? This one's from the 140?
That's for your top fans.
And
Well, the
somebody
controller's already connected here.
just alerted
this
us
is
to the
for-
3-hour mark.
Oh, are we really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I'm totally taking it chill today. Thanks for hanging out with us,
Yeah.
everybody.
And Brandon's asking, will we be reviewing the MSI RTX 2080? That is a question for Brad.
That's a question for Brad. This was from the 120 set?
I believe it's from the top.
Okay. So then this is from the 140.
Yeah, so that is from your CPU fan.
I need to go check the.
So that's RGB for the CPU,
Okay. Then I have
and
it
this is for your
connected.
140s.
Connected.
Yeah, this is why RGB
Okay.
sucks. It's more work.
Yeah, you have to keep everything straight. Okay, well, I'm going to leave the power supply connection to you.
I think it turned off.
It did turn off, and I'm going to go wash my hands real quick so I can have some pizza.
So you want me to do what?
Just hook up the power
Right.
cables to the motherboard, please.
So I'm just going to go for post rather than.
Yeah, then for prettiness, I get it. That's cool.
Oh, get those cords. Are we on the side view? So I am running this underneath this little cable hiding thingamabob that NZXT has. It's kind of cool, maybe, but yeah. This is called your ATX 12V connector. Make sure that it only goes in one way. It'll click into place, locked in, we're good. Now I'm going to look for our CPU power connector, which is where? I don't know where it is. Maybe we didn't plug that one in. I'll have to wait for Elena to come back. Oh, we got SATA power. I'm just going to run this in here. Is it inside the case, maybe? Oh my God. That's what's so great about this mat. You don't scratch anything, just rough pushing the case around. Yeah. What do we got here? USB. Oh, All right, I'm going to guess.
All right, I'm back. The AC is back on.
Oh, man. See, this is why modular sucks. Where's Elena?
Just power through it, man. Just power through it. All right.
Ooh, they give you cable combs.
So what are you doing here, Gordon?
I am
I'm
plugging in our ATX 12E. I didn't see it. I must have missed it. No, it's definitely there. Shoot.
Pizza,
We gotta pull
pizza.
the power supply back out.
Oh, what happened?
No power for CPU, unless I missed it.
What? I thought I plugged in a CPU cable.
Probably
Whoops.
double check.
Sorry, man. I guess that's what happens when I do this on an empty stomach.
Or modular. If it wasn't modular, it would have just been in there.
Well, I don't think you'd be able to fit all the cables in that spot, in that space, if you had non-modular.
But it wouldn't be. It could never have come loose.
Oh, this is heaven.
No.
Nirvana.
Nice.
Yes.
Brad says he doesn't have that video card they were asking about.
Sorry, man.
And Antonios says modular sucks.
It does suck.
I'm sorry, he was quoting you. "Quote unquote modular sucks, Gordon."
It does. Look, we gotta like look for the cable, plug it in.
I think you can pull out the power supply more.
No, because that's it. It's. Once I unplug that one, you could. But I'll just do this.
We have somebody asking to take bets if this thing's going to post on the first try.
Oh hell yeah! Look, well, why would you think this is not going to post in the first try? This is going to come right up.
He's very confident. And CR, you know, you don't need to be mean. We're just having fun here.
I would give us 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10, it'll just going to come right up.
What? And
Chances, you mean?
Monokama on Twitch is asking, does it take this long to build a PC?
No, it doesn't.
We're just talking a lot. I'm
Oh.
also going over things very slowly because
Yeah, every time we say this is going to be a fast build, it ends up being the longest build ever.
We've actually done super fast. But why don't we do? You know, we'll do a speed build.
A speed
one
build.
of these days. Internet.
there's no talking. The Ryzen APU build was pretty quick.
Yeah, but they're only like 2 parts. But you can do a full build with a stock air cooler. You could do it in like 20 minutes.
No, that was pretty quick.
I think you could do it with this Hyper 212. We could do a build in 20 minutes, 20 minutes easily. You can go faster than that.
Maybe one of our live builds should be a contest, so it's like me, you, and Brad.
Ooh.
Well, the problem is you'd have to have all the parts matching.
That's true.
Bastel says speed build, Elena versus Gordon, Intel versus AMD.
I'm pretty sure Gordon's gonna win. He's built way more systems over the course of his career than I have.
Also, don't care how it looks before I post.
That's true.
Oh, and Brad is definitely down to do a build race.
Really? How's
Yeah.
he going to do it?
He can't be on Skype with us.
No, he says next time he's in SF.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot.
Also, somebody says we should race Steve on a dual live stream.
We're gonna cross the streams again.
Yeah. And somebody gave us an 8.5 out of 10 because they're French and can't enter the giveaway. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. It's all our lawyers.
Wait, what? I thought it was Canadians or built or.
He's said he's French. From France.
He's French, so not French Canadian, so he cannot enter our giveaway.
Oh, I see. Bummer. Okay, what do we need? Do we care about the RGB stuff?
I mean, eventually, but you don't have to worry about that for posting.
There's no optical. Did you have a second drive? We don't care about the second drive though.
If I do it, it'll be for looks for later.
I will do your USB. Huh, interesting.
And I'm sorry, just tell me I'm going to say Yanni because I like that name.
Yanni?
But correct me, please. You say it's just after 11 p.m. there, and they can't sleep before this is done.
Oh, sorry. We'll hurry.
But we do have CR says that this is better than the Verge build. So
Are you sure?
I'll take that.
That's kind of a low bar, though.
I'll take it.
Everybody makes mistakes.
They do. And that's not the problem. The problem is being transparent about them. Or
We
not.
made 0 mistakes building the system.
Was this the extra large?
Yes.
Oh, I guess you guys are right to get the extra large.
Why, you need more?
Oh no, it's just that it's almost gone.
Are you going to finish it off?
Nah.
Do it.
Because I already have a lunch.
Oh, also Ace, yes. This includes all 50 United States that we will send this case to. All 50 United States.
Do we include Puerto Rico on that too?
Nope.
Oh. Sorry, Puerto Rico. You guys really should vote for statehood.
It is not a United State.
They can vote for it, doesn't matter. They'd have to make all those new flags. It'd be too tough. And then the decision over where to put 1 extra stars. Okay, I need power for the graphics card.
The crust on this is actually really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's no power.
Did you forget
Did I
another
forget
power?
another one? Mm-hmm. Oh, did I?
Really? How did she miss 2 cables? Are you sure?
Probably because I'm not paying attention today.
Carlos is asking, what about Guam?
Oh, did I forget
no,
the 4-pin?
not Guam. Sorry.
PCIe.
Oh, I was supposed to plug those in. I thought those were my spares. Sorry. I got mixed up because I brought out all full, like 4 of them, and then I thought I put away. I hadn't put away 2 of them, so then I put away the 2 I actually needed.
Shit.
I can get in there. Just give me a sec.
Well, all right. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? You do that part. We shall do video card. Let's run this.
Yeah, I guess Puerto Rico has voted no for decades. Yeah.
For statehood?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an advantage to them not being a state.
Really? Well, I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't know how that works. Wow, what are these interesting? Huh.
And Bastel says Linus will break stuff. Steve's builds will be heavily modified, and Gordon's will be the ugliest.
But they were.
If there was a race, a build off.
I've never. So I actually Tiger Direct used to do a PC builders race. I've never done it.
Really?
No.
What was the one that was it CES where it used to happen? And then you raced
Will. Will Smith, former
Will-
coworker, won once.
Well, no, I thought Norm won, but then
No,
they
he
found
did
out
not
that
win.
he had cheated.
He forgot a cable.
He cheated?
I was there to troll him, is what I was.
I remember that.
Damn, this thing has 2 8-pins. I'm not going to worry about SATA. You'll worry about that later, yeah.
Good thing there's room for this video card. Maybe bring the cables around the other way?
No, I got the.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
My feeling is let somebody else clean it up later.
AKA me.
And Rusty's asking, is that slice of pizza ray traced?
It is. Just buy it. Why don't they ever like? So I am now plugging the 8-pin power plugs. These are split, and of course I got it wrong. 50-50 chance. Plug them into place. Make sure it's an 8-pin. And I'm just going the wrong way. I got it right.
Classic.
Yeah, it's in here.
No.
Wolf's asking, how can Gordon live without ray tracing in his life?
Gonna be, I gotta say, it's gonna be an interesting thing if that doesn't turn into anything. AMD fans should be.
Did
smokes.
you not know that?
No. I think maybe we could set some laptops up just to make it look like
All right. We're back. Yes. Yes, we're back. Wow. Sorry about that.
There goes the RAM.
Rams lighting up. Oh yeah. Top down shot. Rams lighting up.
Is the monitor on?
The monitor is on.
Is it set to HDMI?
I think so.
That'd be funny.
It's in HDMI 1, and I believe that's the right one. I hate this monitor. Well, I mean, it's a good monitor. It's hard to tell when it's on and when it's
We didn't plug in the case fans.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
But I think we booted first posts.
But have
We
we
haven't touched
actually?
anything else.
But
I
have-
think it's just